Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Tuesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter. Out today, we got our great friend, A-Ward Sports, Austin Ward, and of course, our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Austin, happy Tuesday to you, buddy. What's going on? Good to talk to you.
Happy Tuesday. It's wonderful to be here. I just haven't seen you in so long.
It's been a long time. Been a while. How was Schlitterbahn?
We got rained out.
Oh,
believe it or not. It almost never rains in the hill country in Texas, and then just really morning downpour on Friday. So that canceled that out. It was raining like that when we got there on Tuesday. So I know that the people in my family don't mind a little rain ending the drought, but it kept the girls away from Schlitterbahn. I didn't mind so much. I've been there before. I don't need to keep doing it again. But they didn't take it that well, so we had to come up with some other activities for them to keep them occupied, and we did our best.
I remember watching some of these like travel shows when I was like a kid or a teenager, and it would always be, they would do like the best water parks in the world, and every time it'd be like, #1, Hill Country, Texas, Schlitterbahn.
It is #1 with a bullet, there's no doubt. It is a fantastic park. It was even spring preview days. It was going to be a little cheaper. You know, pack your lunch. We know how to do it right. It's 5 minutes down the road from where my parents live. So it's fun. It would have been great, but weather didn't comply. Always next time.
Yeah, for sure. You'll be all right. How else was your week? When did you guys get back?
We got back on Sunday night.
All right.
Just another normal 1 hour unexplained delay getting home. Then, wait for 2 buses to get to the Blue Lot. Always great. Really got that operation finally tuned out there at John Glenn Airport on Sunday night. Then get there, find out that 670's closed on the way home.
Yeah, you guys got it.
Let's just pile these up one on top of the other because we thought it was going to be a perfect, smooth travel day back home. Not a cloud in the sky down there in Austin. We'd found a new place called Meanwhile Brewing that's kind of like, I don't know, Crooked Can on steroids with the different food trucks and everything inside. And they had a massive playground out back. It was a great, had a couple beers just to ease into the flight. And then, we're just going to sit out here for a while for no reason. And then you're going to wait for no reason when you land. You're going to take all your sweet time. But, it's okay.
Other than that, it seemed like it went fine.
Everything, and then having a couple of days rained out. But, the whole point's to go down there and see my family, hang out with the nieces, see my sister, be with my parents.
Are they down there too now? I mean, your sister down there too?
She lives in outside Houston in Katy, Texas.
Okay.
So it's about
big
2 hour drive
down there in Katy, right?
They've got a little bit of that. And so there's really nowhere you can go in Texas where it's not a big deal.
Right.
You might have heard that Friday Night Lights are important.
I've seen the movie. Yeah. I've seen the show. I've seen both renditions.
But yeah, it was a good trip. It was good to get away, and that just sets us up for a little busier June. And I feel like we're on the once you get over May, Beamer, it's like that's to me the top of the roller coaster.
Yeah,
May's the worst, longest.
Coaster Bob in the Buckeyes season.
Coaster Bob, and then now you're over the top. Like you get through it. There's really nothing of consequence for news happening for Ohio State. But once you get into June, you have official visits, you have camp season starting. We're going to have, that's really berm stuff, but I like to go hang out at those camps.
Well, you learn via osmosis from him.
Get some, I'm not even looking for that stuff. He can go focus on the young dudes, and I will, hopefully spend some time around the coaching staff, see which current players are out there helping out with the camps, what their summer workouts have been like, get a little information, get a little insight on the Bucs, and then you get through June. A little bit of a breather, but that Big Ten Media Days is coming, so more talking season. Lists are coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, once May, none of that stuff really exists. It's the desert, and now the drought is ending. Well, for us in Central Ohio.
It was fitting that the rains came down there.
That's right.
So the drought is ending. We got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. A couple of ex-Buckeyes up for the Hall. We'll get into that coming up here in our next segment. We talked to Schlegel last night. So Really, you just have to do 2.5 hours today because we're going to listen to him at 6:35 coming up here this morning and 8 o'clock. So good stuff from him as always. Looking forward to that. The Memorial Tournament field is set. We're in for quite the week here. Lots of unbelievable player being a signature event, obviously. Over at Jack's Place. Should be in for a special week over there. So get you filled in with what's going on. We got some theme nights to go over for the Buckeyes as well. For the calendar, it pays to be the best wide receiver in the NFL. Do that in the 7 o'clock hour as well. Your comrade, Bill Landis, is dotting the I's in the podcast. He's going to join us at 7:35. Like I said, Schlegs will reappear coming up at 8:05. And then Uncle Beau, he's going to join the program, round things out with us on a Tuesday, as he always does, coming up at 8:35. Before we get into anything else today, it is Tuesday, the 4th day of June, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Mark the Shark.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Morning, Dr. Shark Levy.
Good morning, professors.
Don't oversell me like that.
All the brains on this show is on the other side of my glass.
No, come on.
No question about that. Today is June the 4th, and it was on this date in 781 BC that we had the oldest recording of a solar eclipse. That must have been very frightening back then. They didn't have any weather forecasters to tell them what was coming. Can you imagine the lights going out on the planet?
I can't imagine just the hysteria that ensued.
Don't look directly at it. Where are these glasses?
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
You think they had those glasses around back then?
781 BC, probably not.
Pretty remarkable that we have that like marked in a day
I
from
know.
781 BC.
It was the Chinese that recorded
Yeah.
it, because they're brilliant, of course. 1896, in the shed behind his home in Detroit, Henry Ford unveiled the quadricycle, the first automobile he ever designed or drove. It was a horseless carriage with a gasoline-powered engine. The quadricycle had a light metal frame fitted with 4 bicycle wheels and was powered by a 2-cylinder 4-horsepower engine. 128 years ago today, Ford drove his new vehicle down Detroit's Grand River Avenue. It had 2 driving speeds, no reverse, no brakes, and could reach about 20 miles per hour.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't think he needed those brakes, huh?
No.
Those came a little bit later after he ran over some people, I suppose. 1919, the 19th Amendment to the Constitution was passed by Congress and sent to the states for ratification. This gave women the right to vote. 8 days later, the 19th Amendment took effect. In 1927, the first Ryder Cup was held in Worcester Country Club in Massachusetts. The U.S. beat Great Britain 9.5 to 2.5. The Americans, captained by the great Walter Hagen.
All right.
All played in one day.
Oh.
June 4th, 1942, the Battle of Midway began. During the 4-day sea and air battle, the U.S. was outnumbered in their Pacific fleet, but they succeeded in destroying 4 Japanese aircraft carriers while losing only one of its own. Midway lies 1,000 miles northwest of Honolulu, and by the time the battle ended, Japan had lost the 4 carriers plus 292 aircraft and suffered 2,500 casualties. The U.S. lost the aircraft carrier, a destroyer, 145 aircraft, and suffered 300 casualties.
That's a lot of damage.
1951, Gus Bell of the Pirates hit for the cycle in a 12-4 win over the Phillies. Gus was the father of my favorite player of all time, Indians third baseman Buddy Bell, which would make him the grandfather of Reds manager David Bell. 1964, Dodgers pitcher Sandy Koufax threw his 3rd career no-hitter. It was in a 3-0 win of the Phillies. 1974, boy, do I remember this. I was not there, but I listened to it on the radio. 10-cent beer night in Cleveland. And when the Indians tied the game in the 9th, the place erupted. Fans went onto the field. Indians players had to go out to help protect Rangers players. Indians radio announcer Joe Tate was there. Mike Hargrove was a rookie for the Texas Rangers and playing first base, and years later he remembered that night as well.
This has been a night of blatant stupidity.
I must have had probably 15 or 20 pounds of hot dogs thrown at me at playing first base. The one memorable thing I had thrown at me was an empty gallon jug of Thunderbird wine. I thought this is not all fun and games now. It's kind of gotten a little past serious stage.
Now it's a full-scale riot. There has to be 200 people and more coming on the field.
Had it not been for the Indians players coming out to help us, it had been a real tragedy.
Oh, this is absolute tragedy. I have never seen anything as disgusting as this. I haven't either.
Needless to say, they didn't have any more 10-cent beer nights.
I think that was a one and done.
Are we sure that was the problem? I mean,
why don't we do Dime a Dog and Dime a Beer Night over at Huntington Park? That seems. Let's bring it back.
Yes.
What year did you say that was?
1974, 50 years ago today.
What a perfect year to bring it back. For
there
one
should
more
be
time.
an anniversary celebration at Huntington Park.
I agree. 1984, Columbia Records releases Bruce Springsteen's 7th studio album, Born in the USA. It sold over 30 million copies worldwide. In May of 1989, nearly 1 million Chinese, mostly young students, crowded into central Beijing to protest for democracy and call for the resignations of Chinese Communist Party leaders. For nearly 3 weeks, the protesters kept up daily vigils and marched and chanted. Finally, on June 4th, the communists had heard enough and sent troops and police through Tiananmen Square, firing shots into the crowds. Tens of thousands of the protesters tried to escape. Others fought back, stoning the attacking troops and overturning and setting fire to military vehicles. Thousands of the protesters were killed. Another 10,000 were arrested. 2008, the Red Wings defeated the Penguins 3-2 in Pittsburgh to win the Stanley Cup, 4-2. 2019, James Holzhauer's 32-game Jeopardy winning streak came to an end.
Over to James now. He had 23,400, and his response was correct. His wager, a modest one for the first time, that takes him to 24,799. So, Emma, it's up to you. If you came up with a correct response, you're going to be the new Jeopardy champion. Did you? You did. What did you wager? Oh, gosh, 20,000. What a payday. We're going to say goodbye to James, too. We'll be seeing him again, folks. Take care. So long.
Won 32 in a row, over $2 million in earnings.
Yeah, that's unlike him to go very non-aggressive.
Oh, he had 110,000 one game and then broke that with 117,000.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Henry Phillips has a birthday today. He was born in Bolivar, Mississippi in 1889. Do you know what he invented?
The razor.
Sounds like a screwdriver to me.
The Phillips screw and screwdriver, because you couldn't use the screwdriver
Gotta have both.
unless you had a Phillips screw. 1917, U.S. Senator from Ohio, Howard Metzenbaum, was born in Cleveland, died in 2008. Former Reds and Indians manager John McNamara was born in 1932, died in 2020. Former Ohio State All-American Jim Lachey was born in St. Henry, Ohio, 61 years ago today. So happy birthday to the co-voice of the Buckeyes, I guess we could say. Once the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL, and he won a Super Bowl with the Redskins, and also is known for this play against the Raiders.
First down for the Redskins. Rip it. Intercepted. Jerry Robinson to the 30-yard line. And Lachey cold-cocked it. Robinson looks like he's out.
Looks like he got hit by Mike Tyson.
I believe it was Jim Lachey, but he just really crunched him. This is a 25-yard return by Robinson, but then Lachey causes a fumble and Washington recovers.
And looks like Lachey may have even recovered the ball.
Boy, you call that a slobber knocker. That's a hit.
Here it is again. Now watch, he gets set up there, I think, by Biner, and Lachey just knocks him out and takes the ball away.
They're still working on Robinson as you look at Jim Lachey.
He was knocked out cold. That was
I've never seen that hit.
You look it up, Beamer.
One of the great guys in Columbus media now.
Oh, he's the best.
He is the best. Also today, actress Angelina Jolie is 49, the former Mrs. Brad Pitt.
I don't think she likes being known for that.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm just watching this Jim play. Let's see right here where he comes. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice hit. That would be a 15-yard flag, maybe an ejection in today's game.
Yeah. One-way ticket to the locker room.
Yeah, for sure. Good job on that, Sharky, as always. You got traffic over there, or do I need to stall for 30 seconds?
I got traffic for you.
All right, good job. Former Buckeye coach and former Fan employee are up for the Hall of Fame. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are tracking a couple problem spots. The first one on I-270 eastbound right near Sawmill Road. Left lanes are blocked off over there because of an injury crash that crews are responding to. We're also watching a shutdown on State Route 229 out in Delaware County. The closure stretches between Peters Road to right around US 42 because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
Erectile dysfunction is a destroyer of your confidence, of your joy and intimacy, and often it can even harm your relationship. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating erectile dysfunction. And I want you to know today that if you're like most men, you can be free of ED and all the impacts it has on your life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're your local provider for dealing with men's sexual health issues. Our expert medical teams are focused on treating ED, and we have highly effective treatment plans with some protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. We can even combine treatments for greater efficacy, all of which means it's very likely you'll be having great sex again within just a day or two of your first appointment. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
Roof leaks and damage can ruin your business and your reputation. Property management pros trust Legacy Roofing Services, Ohio's leader in commercial roof repair, replacement, and ongoing maintenance. At Legacy, our reputation for fast, reliable, safe, and permanent roofing services for commercial buildings can solve your roofing problems before they become roofing nightmares. Call Legacy Roofing Services today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
There's a little slice of heaven in a country road's escape. Pure perfection in the form of uncrowded nature. Over 1.5 million acres of parks and public lands. From mountain biking to stargazing. Churning white water to quiet trout streams far off the grid. Almost heaven is down to earth in West Virginia. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
The Buckeye Show.
What were you guys yelling on the Brack Spin play, 2015, the payback game against Virginia Tech?
You know what I said?
Tech?
He's back. He's back. That's what everybody was saying.
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Schottenstein Roofing and Care Source.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
We always come through for you when you need us to. That's ECO's promise to you. And for AC repair and installation, that means today, not tomorrow. If you have an air condition breakdown, we'll get a tech out to your home today. Or we'll give you a year's EcoFi Advantage membership for free. And make no mistake, we're a repair, not replace company. Our techs are trained to give you all your repair options. Sometimes, though, it just makes more financial sense to replace. And that's where we really come through for you when you need us to. Because we'll replace your AC system same day. No sleeping overnight in a hot, humid house. Or we'll take $1,500 off the cost of your new system and provide you with portable AC units for your bedroom. That's what coming through for you when you need us to means. So if you need AC repair, call ECO for same-day service. We'll get your home cool again. We'll make it happen today.
At geteco.com.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. Strike. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, They're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Heading out the door today, things are quiet, but it is going to be warm and humid again today. Going upper 80s with very humid conditions. The heat and humidity could trigger a pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon. Tonight we get down to 69. Wednesday, look for widespread showers and storms. Highs around 83. That's your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Carp out. He'll be back tomorrow. Austin Warden with us. Of course, Sharky. Got a YouTube channel now. Still have it from a couple of weeks ago.
Haven't shut it down yet?
It's a great upset. I'm surprised we didn't get haven't gotten a strike called on us yet.
You might have got some strikes, but you need multiple.
That's true. Is that the case? I don't know anything there is to know about the YouTube, but I just know that we can't
stop playing copyrighted music.
So that's why we can't play the music anymore. It used to be the thing that I looked most forward to, playing the music. Now that's dead.
Yeah.
Now it's gone.
This day in history and learning from Shark and the tunes that he would play to send us off in the final segment.
Yeah.
You miss them. They're gone. R.I.P. to a real one.
Former fan employee James Laurinaitis is up for the player nominees in the 6th year in a row for the College Football Hall of Fame. How about that?
Is that how he's commonly referred to?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's how he wants to be known. Not 3-time All-American.
There's a lot of other things on the resume.
Not leading tackler ever in Rams history. Not just a 3-star from Wayzata. I mean, I think the distinction that James wants is former fan employee.
I'm going to be honest, B.
Yeah.
He's been on this ballot
for
so many times.
6 years now.
And the resume is so ridiculously loaded.
Yeah.
I thought he was already in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And because he absolutely should be.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense that he's had to go through this process now a 6th time. It's inevitable that you look at what he accomplished in the college level, that doing things that really very few, if anybody else, has ever accomplished.
The 3-time All-American, man.
That's pretty rare. That is elite company. I thought that he was already in, and he needs to be.
2-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, 2007 Buckeyes Award winner, 06 Bronco Nagurski Trophy winner, recorded 375 tackles across his 4-year span. What else does he? Well, I guess he can't do anything else now.
He can't. There's no way to add to it. And I don't even know what you would add to it.
I don't either. That seems like a pretty damn good college resume to me.
Justice for James.
Justice for James. Let's get him in the hall. Let's get him in there. By the way, new addition to this list, former Buckeye head coach Urban Meyer. So the interesting part too, Austin, is because he is up for it now, and Nick Saban is also up for it in the same year.
I bet that rubs Urban Meyer quite raw.
That he's going in with Saban?
Well,
do you know how the voting works? I don't, to be quite
I don't know who all is on it. I have voted for this before, so I don't know if it's purely FWAA, how much they're involved. I haven't in quite some time. I've tried to just I ignore a lot of those things coming to my email inbox. So I can try and find out more information about the panelists.
The ballot was emailed today. I'm on the footballfoundation.org.
There you go. Okay.
This is the actual press release that came out for it. The ballot was emailed today to more than 12,000 NFF members and current Hall of Famer whose votes will be tabulated and submitted to the NFF's Honors Court, which will deliberate and then select the class. Individuals can cast a vote this year by clicking here to become an NFF member. The Honors Court, chaired by NFF board member and College Football Hall of Famer, also 2-time Heisman winner Archie Griffin from Ohio State, includes an elite, geographically diverse pool of athletic administrators, Hall of Famers, and members in the media. Click here for official criteria for voting and voting procedures which govern the election hall. Let's do that. Let's see how many people are going to get in here, maybe.
Yeah, and sometimes what you have in these classes, this coach is going in, he's going to be the headliner. Maybe we're not taking 2 coaches for this class. You know, there is no tried and true formula every year, but sometimes that is the way that it just happens to work out. And in which case, Nick Saban is about the surest lock for the College Football Hall of Fame that has ever existed.
Yeah, if he's not getting in first ballot, I don't know what's going on.
And normally you would say, well, that's definitely true for Urban Meyer as well, with what he accomplished both at Florida and Ohio State with the championships, national championships, Big Ten championships with the Buckeyes. I believe finished with 187 career wins, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere.
He's 83-9 here, right? Didn't even get the double-digit losses.
He was pretty good here, but even before that, with the perfect season at Utah, the turnaround at Bowling Green. I mean, everyone knows his resume. Everyone knows he's deserving, and he's going to be in the College Football Hall of Fame at some point. Is it a absolute stone cold lock that he's going to be the first ballot?
It should be.
It should be, but that may not be the case because of Nick Saban. And if everyone just says, "Oh, we already got a coach up here," and he's got to be, if he's not unanimous, something has gone wrong.
Right.
So maybe we would just save Urban Meyer. He can be the headliner for year 2, and we'll make year 1 about Nick Saban and let the luncheon be about him and not having those two go throw blows up at the banquet hall.
Just think back, too, I mean, when Urban was at Florida, what a rivalry that had become, right?
Well, those guys were at the top of their game, man.
Of course they were.
Yeah, it's special. And then the fact that we got to see them duke it out, duel it down there in the Sugar Bowl for one of the all-time classics, at least on the Ohio State side, but a game that is going to be echoed throughout the college football playoff era, which, as we knew it for 4 teams, was one of the best ones that they had in the semifinal. Who knew it was never going to be quite the same again after that? But it was fitting that they got together for that. And then we all know what happened for the Buckeyes.
It said only the top vote getters, approximately 60 players, are forwarded to the Foundation for Staff Inclusion on the ballot. The ballot also carries the names of candidates. The national ballot of players and coaches is emailed, and then it goes to like their selection committee in order to be selected. It said a coach becomes eligible after 3 full seasons after retirement or immediately following retirement, provided he is at least 70 years old. So that's the situation with Saban. Like that's
or if they won 6 national championships.
Yeah, I think if as soon as you call it, you probably should just be an active living Hall of Famer at that point. But yeah, interesting stuff going on. James up for a 6th year, Urban up for his 1st. But I don't know if it's going to be like a head-to-head if they only take one coach, if they take multiple. But I mean, both guys at base level should be getting in
without question. I think they will. I think the committee is more likely than not to stagger them. And that's, should they do that way? Maybe not.
Yeah.
But guess what? The Hall of Fame is about ceremony and attention,
pomp and circumstance.
So they're not always going to operate in the interest of, well, everyone who is eventually going to get in should get in right now.
Yeah.
That's not always how they're going to operate.
Not in baseball. In baseball, we know that. I mean, they get in immediately.
Yeah. They've got it down to a science there at the Baseball Hall of Fame. Nobody disputes it.
Sharky's guys, the Baseball Hall of Fame voting committee. Schlegel is impressed by Bob's ingenuity. We checked in with him last night. You're going to hear that next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are watching a couple trouble spots. The first one on I-270 eastbound. The left lanes are blocked off in those eastbound lanes near Sawmill Road on the north side of town because of an injury crash. Expect delays over there. Also expect delays out in Delaware County. State Route 229 is shut down in both directions, stretching between Peters Road to right around US 42. Use County Road 21, both east and westbound, as a detour. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access.
The cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Is foot pain keeping you from living life to its fullest? Life is too short to be dealing with foot, knee, or back pain. Come into the Good Feet store and learn how the Good Feet heart support system can help you get pain-free. Call 880-9255 or go to goodfeet.com to make an appointment.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. columbusmensclinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Roof leaks can mean expensive repairs unless you work fast. Legacy Roofing, the leader in Central Ohio commercial roofing, can repair, replace, and maintain your roof to avoid costly damage. At Legacy, we're famous for fast, reliable, safe, and permanent protection for your roof. Our technicians are skilled craftsmen trained by industry leaders like Carlisle, Versico, and Elevate to create lasting roofing systems to protect your investment. Call Legacy Roofing Services today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer is tweeting about Formula One. Oh, hells yes. Bobby is tweeting Rick Springfield concert video. Both are a cry for help. This is one twisted mother. This is Morning Juice.
Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Austin Ward, Mark the Shark. Had an opportunity, even though Bob's not here, had an opportunity to get together with our guy who we check in with every Tuesday last night.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
Heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Check with our good friend. He is Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Tuesday, buddy. What's happening?
Oh, what's crapping in Columbus, Ohio? Morning Juice. Let me tell you something, guys. I had a very eventful weekend. Shout out to Durango Boots and Air DeLong for hooking me up with some sweet new farm boots, or there's some other terms that we could use for them, but they've been fantastic. And, the family, so what better way to welcome them to the farm than going to Vance's, and Will and the boys over there hooked me up with a new 22, just a little toy to go out there and absolutely destroy some things that burrow into my ground and eat all my protein. So it was fantastic. Armory on Monday with the kids, man. Went through all the vault stuff, got their DEXA scans. It's been great.
So I love it that you're like a real Carl Spackler out there, Schlegs. I mean, just hunting gophers, groundhogs, everything else.
Listen, you should see the size of this thing underneath my barn. I mean, I might be able to go. I know, Bob. I know that's I know that, Bob. I know that was coming. I walked right into it, but this thing is like a tunnel rat. I mean, I think I could fit my body in there. So, I mean, Spax. I mean, it's like Vietnam, bro. I mean, I think there's a person in there. Anyways, I don't even know. I might have to fill it with concrete. I mean, it's enormous, man. It's enormous. And side nugget, I've now trapped I have successfully trapped 2 groundhogs, not like in the last couple of days. One was small, but I mean, like, dude, they're all over this place. I can't stand them. I know they're cute, guys. I get it, right?
Oh, groundhogs are gross, bro. They're not cute. No one likes a groundhog.
They're all buzzy. Listen, they just got to go. Like, honestly, I have no problem with you if you just don't burrow in my yard area or underneath my barn. Like, if you were out there somewhere where I wasn't, burrow away, But when you're right around my vicinity, you got to go.
Listen, Joe Burrow away, Schlegs. I love it. I get it. I understand it. I want to give you a little, first of all, we got a lot of ground to cover. You're over there hunting animals. That's fantastic. The real question that inquiring minds want to know in Columbus is on Friday at about 10 a.m. on field 3, how did Bobby Carpenter look relative to the rest of the Ohio State players?
Guys, I'm going to tell you something. For Bobby, I've already said this about you. You're an anomaly. You're an anomaly when we played. I mean, people don't realize this, but Braves also was an anomaly. Braves would show up after an all-night bender and playing 36 holes of golf in Muirfield, walk right in smoking a Marlboro Red, and run 32 110s. And you just be right there like this, like stride for stride. Needless to say, here I am, 250 pounds, like, what are we doing? And why are we doing this? Okay, I guess I'm going. Why? Because I knew that somewhere down the road, but the problem was I had to mentally tough my way through 20 of them. The first 12, no problem. The last 20, terrible. And I even thought, like, they got to stop at 20. No, we're just going to do 12 more, and I was like, and then as I was pushing myself, trying to finish, make sure I made them all in 18, you guys were running them in 15. I'm just like, you know what? I hope Braves likes me and just drops off another box of his Perconi shirts. Well, I don't even know. Remember that, Bob? You probably still have one. You're a hoarder. You probably still got some of those shirts that he used to give us that were super nice. Oh, the arms were way too long. The arms were way too long for me, of course. Yeah. But the body fit really good. But anyways, Braves was awesome. And okay, so back to you, Bob. Back to you. I thought you looked amazing. And this is from a dude on dude accountability guy and a straight up dude watcher. You looked really good running. And I know that I could probably get up that run, but I would look terrible. So you looked really good. Now I will say this, time has changed a little bit because I still remember when I was coaching and you were still playing and you would come back and just absolutely obliterate Joshua Perry. And those guys, like, I mean, you were running with the skill group. This time, matter of fact, this is the first time I've actually ever seen you run with the appropriate group, a.k.a. the linebackers. Because back in the day, you ran with the skill simply just to spite them. Like, you guys are soft. I'm running these at 15, and I'm 250 pounds.
I'm getting older, Schlegs. It was the first time I've done a field run in a number of years. The first time I've done bags for sure in at least a decade. So I was just happy I didn't like trip and fall over and stumble around like a drunk.
I didn't even get to see that one because I was in there, finishing dudes. I mean, obviously, I'm the best dude finisher in C-Bus, but I didn't even get to see you go over the bags. I would have loved to have seen that Did you? I mean, as long as you went +2, you're all good.
Oh, listen. So I'm gonna be honest. I only went 1 foot in the first side shuffle bag on the final one, and Trey called me out. So I had to go back. Why didn't they were saying that? And I haven't done bags in a decade, dude. So
I know, man. I know.
It was a lot. And so I went back. Trey called me out. I was in Trey's line, so I went back. I redid it. But he's like, finish. I'm like, I'll always finish, coach. You know, Schlegel. You're the best dude finisher, but I'll finish on anybody. Like, that's not a big deal for me at all.
You don't discriminate when you finish people.
No doubt. I'm +2, +3, +4. I mean, it is frothy, and I'm going to be making sure it was done. But we did some cool stuff. We did those angle runs back and forth, and like I enjoyed all that. I told Mick, I go, this is the like real football application. So it was great. So we had that, and then the next day, you had helped me get this hot tub out from behind my neighbor's house and got it onto a trailer in my
hillbilly style, baby. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, just 5-6 dudes load it up, trailer, wheel it out, tip it over. Somehow no one died, which was borderline miracle.
We thought this out though. By the way, we talked through the process. We knew where the bad things could occur.
Yeah.
Right. And we set ourselves up for success. We erred on the side of caution, knowing that, I mean, again, we put you and I on the heaviest part, the most dangerous area, because we knew that we could handle it, So, I mean, schematically, we were good.
Well, outside of Jay Hooten, who was in the middle, who may have gotten cut in half, like the one chariot rider in Gladiator, like that's what I was kind of worried about. But outside of that, it was all good. We were able to get it on there. So then I took it down Saturday morning, woke up at like about 7:15. I was battling a hangover. It was pretty tough. Drove it down to Portsmouth with my 2 boys. My father-in-law Ralph was there. We had a bunch of people. I was just hoping to get it off of the wagon, the trailer, but we actually got it up onto the deck, which is like a multi-tiered deck. They got a couple 2x4s. We slid it up over this place where a fountain used to be. It was a marvel of hillbilly engineering with the straps and everything that was going on. So I
liked the trees under it for the sliding power.
The bushes, you got pushing over the top.
Sam, outside, raccoon, dominate, go. Put your eyes and ears on, go right now. I see him. Go get him right there. The 22's ready to go. I'm watching right here. Wait, hey, you know the drill. Go around the bushes. Get on your stomach and crawl. All right, keep talking.
That's good. I like it, Schlegs. I mean,
talking. I'm inside. Keep talking.
Give me some narration on this, Schlegs. What's going on?
Yeah. Walk us.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not there.
Don't worry. I mean, listen. So I shoot rabbits. I shoot rabbits and squirrels with a pellet gun. I mean, I'm all good. I'm down. You
gotta remember this. You gotta remember this thing. This house is like 1834, and there's some random fence out there. So I broke off one of the fences behind the grass so you can army crawl. I got the 22 Savage Winchester mag right there so you can get on. So nope, he ran off. Dadgummit. He ran off. He heard him, I think. We just let him, you know what, boys, we just let him sit out there, see how long he lasts. Sometimes that happens, guys. You just got to sit out there and wait it out. Anyways, keep talking.
Well, that's tremendous. We slid it up. We had wrapped straps around it, so we had people pulling. We had some people pushing. We slid it up there. We're like making the comments. I mean, this is how the Egyptians built the pyramids. I felt like we were pushing like some giant stone up there, but it's good. It's in place. It's going to be slid into its final resting spot. And I'll be honest, man, I feel really good about the whole process because I was dreading getting it out and dreading even more because I didn't have you or George, who are my 2 human gorillas that would be able to deadlift that thing for me.
God bless you. I saw the help that you had, and you had your boys over there doing it. Hey, you know the good thing? First off, view's amazing, Bob. So kudos to that. Second off, where is that hot tub going? Nowhere, because that's his final resting place down there on the river. Good for you guys. I hope you enjoy it.
Of course he's going to enjoy it. It took him 2 entire days to get it down there. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks for the play-by-play. Hopefully Sam doesn't wait out there too long, and we'll check in again next week, all right?
That's okay. Toughen them up. Go Bucks, beat cancer. See you, man.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us last night on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Just remarkable stuff. Play-by-play of raccoon entering his property.
Love to know more about what's happened in the last, 12 hours with that raccoon.
I think Sam's still out in the backyard. Yeah. I think Sam's still waiting for him. What were you doing at 15? Probably not playing on the PGA Tour. That and Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're still watching a road closure out in Delaware County. State Route 229 is shut down right around the village of Ashley to Peters Road because of a crash. Crews are working to clear up. Also, watch for crews clearing a crash on I-270 eastbound right near Sawmill Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI Federal Credit Union when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free for more details.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I work for Meijer. People always ask, why do I shop there? It's because I can get great quality and value in one stop. Like this week's hottest deals on certified Angus beef and locally grown asparagus. Plus, I can earn M-Perks points every time I shop for groceries, apparel, at the pharmacy, or when I'm at the pump. Meijer has all I need in just one stop, and the same low Meijer prices in-store and online. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
There's a little slice of heaven in a mountain town escape. A pace of life that's less hurried, more authentic, where people greet you with a smile, and experiences feel down to earth, yet elevated. From Appalachian art to wineries and craft breweries, live music to a lively spirit. This is West Virginia. We call it Almost Heaven. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Hey there, friends. Beau Bishop here, and the playoff action is here. And there isn't a more rewarding sportsbook in the game than Tipico. Get ready to bet on the biggest games of the year, the playoff basketball, the hockey, the actions every night. You want to make the most of every game? You've got to bet with Tipico. You'll get up to 5% cash back on your bets. Claim your new sign-up bonus now and get $150 in protected bets when you deposit $100. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan150 to get your bonus. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sunday is a time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tino and Dabir Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
When it comes to getting a new roof, are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Whether residential or commercial, Schottenstein Roofing meets the needs of every customer. From roof installation and repair to siding and gutters, you name it, we do it. Call Schottenstein Roofing, 614-321-8888 to schedule your free inspection today. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Free is key during Craftsman Days at Lowe's. Right now, get one free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, get your choice of a V20 drill or impact driver kit for $69. Don't miss your chance to save on the high-quality, high-performance tools you need during Craftsman Days. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/19 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple of weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Look for plenty of clouds out there today. We do have a 20 to 30% chance of a few pop-up storms once we get into the afternoon. 88 for the high today. Tomorrow, look for showers and storms, highs in the lower 80s. And then by Thursday and Friday, it'll be much cooler with a small chance of rain. That's a look at your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
Sharky Beamer. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you guys.
Love seeing your smiling face back there.
Whenever I see your smiling face, I have to smile myself because I love you.
I love you too.
That's the best part of coming in here is just how much smiling really occurs on both sides of the glass.
We're united. On Saturday, Real Madrid won yet another UEFA Champions League final. 15th time they've done that. That is a record, extending their own record. And then they went out and improved their club. Kylian Mbappe has completed a deal with Real Madrid. The team made the announcement yesterday. Mbappe gets a 5-year contract to leave PSG. He is taking a pay cut, though, Beamsy. Mbappe only going to make 15 million euros per season.
I'm not comfortable talking about this. This is where I yield to you, Shark. I mean, what do you think about Kylian Mbappe joining Real Madrid?
He's still young. He's going to be there 5 years, and then he's going to get the real big payday. We're talking Saudi money when it's all said and done in 2028. 29.
He already had that offer.
He could have got that now.
Yeah, I think so. That died down, but last summer this has been a contract dispute with PSG for years. So, like the way that soccer works, like he's a free agent because his contract ran out. Usually, you will see clubs ink contract extensions, and then a player will leave because they'll have like a release clause that teams will have to trigger. And PSG and their ownership group said, "Well, Real Madrid." Because they've been interested in him, obviously, for the last couple of years. Like, you're going to have to pay us $300 million. And Real said, well, why don't you try to get a contract extension done with him? He was unwilling to sign it. And now, instead of getting anything for Kylian Mbappe, they lost him for free. So, yeah, he gets a $100 million signing bonus, 100 million euro signing bonus, and then the 15 per year. He's fine. But I want to say last summer, like the Saudi League was really after him. He had like a 2-year, $700 million contract on the table. So, I don't think that he's interested in that at all. I think he's now interested in being a trophy merchant, and Real Madrid, who's the best club team in the world, just got a little bit better by adding the best player in the world.
How about Real Madrid just staring down PSG?
Yeah.
Be like,
blink.
Oh, you think that you can re-sign him so that you could sell him on and get the transfer fee? Good luck to you. Mm-hmm. Seems like he knows where he wants to play, but we'll wait. And by the way, while we wait, we're going to win the Champions League.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane what they do year in, year out on a basis. I mean, they call them, the Galacticos for a reason, and they just, again, added one of the best players in the world.
I just like to say the name Mbappe.
Yeah, it's a fun name.
Last month, Miles Russell became the youngest golfer to ever make a cut on the Korn Ferry Tour. He was just 15 years old, still is only 15, and now he has bigger dreams. Russell has gotten a sponsor's exemption to play in the Rocket Mortgage Classic in Detroit at the end of the month. That's a PGA Tour event, if you didn't know. He is wrapping up his freshman year in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. And I could spend probably a half hour talking about everything this kid has accomplished in his young life. But Austin, a lot of casual golf fans going to be tuning in to watch golf's latest phenom.
Yeah, I can't even imagine the pressure for that being 15. He handled that already on the Korn Ferry Tour, which again, you can't even imagine. You're taking that exponentially to the next level with the Rocket Mortgage Classic and being around established tour pros and the best people in the world at what they do. I mean, at 15, I was just nervous to take the bus trip down to go play in a meet against Cheyenne. I mean, that's taking that, there was nobody in the world watching that.
I was nervous for my Thursday night freshman football games.
Yeah, so I just, the game is the same, but the pressure is so much different. Yeah. It's remarkable to think about that now, a few years beyond competing when I was 15. The ability to do that. There's no one I knew, even the very best players on like the junior circuit down there, we're not going to hold a candle to what this kid has already done.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Best of luck to that young man. Again, 15 years old, going to make his PGA Tour debut. I would imagine too, Sharky. I mean, he's playing as an AM in this, right? Or
yeah,
right?
Yeah, he's not getting paid.
Yeah, so I mean,
get some NIL cash.
Well, I mean, the crazy thing, in a hypothetical world, this isn't going to happen. But I mean, if he wins that event, he would then have a tour card for the remainder of the year, right? And he would be invited to the Masters. So, like, I don't know. It's not going to happen. But what would you? What do you do if it? Because Nick Dunlap did.
We weren't going to think that a current college player was going to win a tour event this year either.
Yeah, until last year when Nick Dunlap did it, and then he said, "I'm forgoing my last year at Alabama. I'm turning pro." So I mean, I don't know, but kudos to that kid, man. I mean, that's absolutely one of the more incredible things that we'll hear about.
Is there NIL money in high school?
I think it depends on the state,
where you live.
Yeah, because I knew that was a big thing down in Texas. There is. I don't know about.
No, that was why Quinn Ewers left. So I don't know if they've fixed that or not.
Okay. I honestly don't. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think some states there are, but I think majority of the states there still aren't until you get into the college ranks. But still, imagine teeing it up. And it doesn't even matter who he's paired with. It's going to be the best player that he's ever played with.
And the USGA also had to adjust their own policies for amateur status because they couldn't just keep holding up their hands and be like, oh no, you can't take anything ever for playing golf. Like apparel deals and things like that are now allowable, I believe, through the USGA, just as long as you're not taking a check from the actual event.
Speaking of golf, we're in for quite the week here in Dublin for the Memorial Tournament. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching State Route 229 shut down in both directions. This is out in Delaware County. That closure stretches between Peters Road to right around US 42. You can use County Road 21, both east and westbound, to get around this. Also watch for crews clearing a crash on I-270 eastbound right near Sawmill Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Your roof took a beating from winter storms, spring rain, and sun damage. Call Legacy Roofing Services before that crack or seam becomes a major leak, costing thousands of dollars. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew. Federally insured by NCUA.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ah, the sweet sounds of spring. Baseball, birds, and the glorious hum of a freshly tuned AC system. Don't sweat it. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? Huh, you don't say. Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. After starting the season 20-30, the Reds have now won 7 of their last 10. Last night in Denver, Cincinnati banged out 18 hits and whipped the Rockies 13-3. The trio of Will Benson, Jeimer Candelario, and Tyler Stevenson combined for 6 hits, 2 homers, 6 runs scored, and 7 RBIs. The Guardians had the night off. The ballot for the College Football Hall of Fame was released yesterday by the National Football Foundation. It includes 77 players and 9 coaches, among them Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, and former Heisman winner Mark Ingram. In the NFL, Vikings receiver Justin Jefferson has agreed to a 4-year, $140 million contract extension that keeps him in Minnesota through the 2028 season. The Sports Center is sponsored by the Waterworks. Trust the pros at the Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com to get started. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Brandon Beam, Austin Ward, Mark the Shark. Bob will be back with us tomorrow. Coming up here, 7:35, your comrade, Bill Landis. Landissimo.
Countdown is on.
He's going to join the program, 7:35. Dotting the guys in the podcast, of course. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him. And then if you miss Schlegel in the 6 o'clock hour, fear not, he will reappear in 1 hour's time around 8:05. And then Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every single Tuesday, coming up here at 8:35.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, nothing going on. It's not.
Nothing?
Yeah, there's nothing going on.
Don't you wish when the series wrapped up early in the conference finals for the NBA, like, well, why don't we just start now?
Well, because they have sold it already on TV and like the entire time through the playoffs. Like June 6th, the NBA Finals. Can't move off of that.
I know.
And it's not like it's going to be, a football game or anything like that. It's like try to have travel plans. I mean, the series are set. You got to win the series to get there.
It's just silly.
Yeah.
What do we have to wait for?
I don't know.
TV?
That's coming up on Thursday. Oilers and the Panthers don't start until Saturday. So there's nothing going on. I was watching some World Series softball last night, though.
Were you?
Yeah, I was. Was enjoying that quite a lot. I was trying to watch. I watched it's a little peek behind the radio curtain. So texting with Bob and Schlegel yesterday, because Bob is obviously out today. Told him after the show, I'm like, hey, do you want to talk to Schlegel again? That way we can kill off 2 segments. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I got a swim meet tonight, but I should be good around like 8 o'clock. I'm like, all right, sounds good. 8 o'clock, I text him like, William's down. He's down for the night. I'm good to go whenever you guys are. Schlegel immediately texts back. I'm good. Send the link. Send the Zoom link. Bob, no response from Bob until like 8:45. He's like, hey, sorry, I'll be like 15 minutes. All right, no big deal. So it's like 9 o'clock. I'm trying to watch an episode of Shogun, and then we get like the text, and it was all good. So he's going to reappear coming up here around 8:05. But I was just like, I'm just hanging out. Just hanging out, watching a little bit of Shogun. Then I turned that off because I'm like, well, I don't want to be too invested in that. And then I have to hop off of it, pause the episode. So then I just turned on the Women's College World Series.
Bob's schedule is one of the most insane things
literally
in
insane.
The world.
Literally insane.
When he can make it on time on Mondays at Roosters, it's like, I don't know how you do it. But welcome.
Well, because yesterday he did our show. He did this show. And we have a few studios in here. So he hopped in one of the studios because he did XM at 9. So he hopped in there, and then he's like, then I got to drive over and do the podcast with those guys like immediately after.
Yeah, I think we finished up. He was like, I just did 7 straight hours of media.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go relax for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good, you deserved it. You got Tuesday's work done And it turns out he wasn't done.
He wasn't done
because he still had to find out about the raccoons.
He had to find out about the raccoons with Schlegs. That's right. So that was great stuff. Again, that's coming up back again at 8:05 this morning. You can hop in the YouTube machine if you want to watch too. We got that up and streaming for the last couple of weeks. Garen said, "Hat missing on Beamer. That's a newbie." Yeah, I'm getting my hair cut today, so I gotta make sure I don't want to go home immediately afterwards and then have to venture back out of the house. So I've just decided I'm not going to wear the hat is there. I was wearing the hat earlier today, but I always wear a hat. I'm not doing that. And then Tyson said I didn't realize that Beam had hair. I also assumed he was bald because of the hat.
Oh. Well, have they noticed this like powerful stash that's growing in here? Are they talking about that?
I don't know. I'll have to get really up close and personal to the cameras, but I have an awesome blonde trash stash going on. This is probably
don't undersell it.
3 weeks or
it's
so.
It's a class stash.
Yeah, 3 weeks or so maybe. I mean, it's pretty good.
I want to see it in 3 more weeks.
Yeah, the problem is
that could just be dominant.
I don't think Meredith would like that too much.
Well, it's not up to her. It's what brings you happiness.
I don't know if it brings me happiness either.
Well, let's find out.
Because now I can feel it on like my upper lip, and I don't really like it.
Oh, come on.
I can feel it.
No, you're getting that going. It's like you're just stroking the beard, stroking the stash to make. Ooh, yeah, I got to think about this. You'll get used to that.
It looks terrible. It feels even worse.
Oh, come on. No. Yeah, it's all good.
And it's straight blonde. It is straight blonde. William is young Willie boy. He's
already got a stash like this.
He does. He's super blonde right now. He's been out in the sun, hanging out, playing with his water table. We're going on walks and everything. He's like straight blonde.
Yeah, come on, let's do it. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. You come back from vacation, that thing will be just Grizzly Adams.
Oh, yeah. Why not? Another 2 weeks. When I get back here in the last week of June, it's going to be crazy.
And then who knows? Meredith has just never seen you with it.
That's right. Maybe she would love it.
I think there's a possibility.
How much do you look forward to the Memorial Tournament every year?
So much. I love seeing the world's best players.
Was it 8 out of 10 and 8 out of the top 10 in the world, all 10 in the top 10 in the FedEx Cup?
This year's been a tough balancing act because we had planned to go out all 3 of us on Thursday.
Okay.
Then that turned out to so Liberty's in golf camp this week.
Nice.
So all right, we got to work around that from 9 to noon. And then I didn't know, and we didn't get warning in advance when we were like, oh, this will be the good day early in the week. No crowds. First round's going on. Plenty of golfers to watch. Even though it's a signature event will be the same every day, pretty much. Let's go Thursday afternoon. And then gymnastics recital with the Dublin dance company.
A recital?
It's a recital.
Gymnastics recital?
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's gymnastics and dance all together. It's I look so
like
forward
Frank the
to
Tank
these.
From old school?
Basically, yes. And that is on Sunday, so that obviously eliminates the final round at Muirfield. And now the first round is like, well, how much time do I have to take her? Got to take her to the dress rehearsal on Thursday.
What time's that?
I don't even know, but enough that there's not
open the gates at like 7 a.m.
But they don't have the full field anymore.
I'm telling you, go and watch, and you would probably enjoy this more than Liberty. Obviously, you would. If you have never been there before, or even if you have, and you go out for party time, which is fair. That's also what I like to do. Go and sit on the bleachers behind the driving range.
Oh, yeah.
Or just go and stand up near the ropes and listen to the golf ball leave the club face of these players. It's insane.
We did that last year. I took Liberty out there on like Monday and Wednesday, I think. And she loved that part. They also had, the kids scavenger hunt. Mm-hmm. But you'll learn this in probably 2 or 3 years' time. If you take an engaged, autograph-seeking golf fan and go on the range or stand near the entrance to the range, the things that will be dropped off or autographed for your child are off the charts. Liberty is a professional at this already, so she loved that for the practice rounds, and that's why she wants to go. She's
a memorabilia fiend.
Oh, without question. Does
she have one?
She's on the top of her
favorite of hers?
I think the Eloy Room game-used jersey that was peeled off of his back is number one. followed maybe by the Eloy Room game-used gloves that were from a separate match that she also got. Maybe the Sean Corrali 3 stars stick is up there. The care package that Cody Rhodes sent out to hand deliver from SmackDown.
Look at her.
I mean, I'm not done. We can keep going. I haven't even got to the golf stuff yet, but she's elite. She's not afraid to be great when she goes out to these events.
That's remarkable.
When we went to Chicago a couple weeks and people came over there, they were wearing the training tops. So they're not allowed to give those. She was crestfallen because like, oh, I'd give this to you, but we're not allowed to. It's like she made the trip to Chicago and she just assumed that she was going to come home with a game used jersey. One of her rare misfires there.
That's one of her low points probably in her life. Not getting anything.
But that was okay because she got the surprise trip to Chicago and the crew won the game.
That's pretty remarkable, man. Good for her. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that she'll be being an autograph merchant this week too.
Well, that's the plan. So we got to try and figure it out. We have an opportunity to go on Saturday. I've got the media credential because 97.1 The Fan has blessed me with the opportunity to go out there whenever I see fit.
We are an accredited media outlet, which is hard to believe, but we are.
Well, I have been working for accredited media outlets, including ESPN, for part of the decade plus now, 12 years that I've lived here. And the Memorial's like, no, you're not welcome out here.
Did you try?
I've tried a couple times, and then I just gave up. Then I'm like, I guess they don't want me out here. Like, passionate golf fan with Ohio State ties, to co-cover and talk to some of these. No, sorry, sir. You're out.
Well, you're going this year.
Well,
and news to you, we have you on from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've just put you on the schedule. You're doing updates inside of the media room.
I don't think that's right.
I think it is. I think Tim was texting me this morning. He was checking your availability through me.
Well, that's the best way to get in touch with me.
Absolutely, it is, man. So the theme, not the theme. That's next. The pairings will be released tomorrow, and they're going to be great. They're going to be great.
They can't be bad.
No, man, it's a signature event. Buckeyes have some theme nights coming up here. You ready for them?
I'm ready.
August 31st, Archie Griffin 50th anniversary Heisman celebration, faculty and staff appreciation.
I think the faculty and staff are just going to have to be on the back burner.
Yeah,
it'll probably be primarily Archie.
Also, the president of the College Football Hall of Fame. Not the president, whatever his title was with the Hall of Fame.
He's just Archie.
Yeah.
Whatever committee he's on.
He's the big dog.
That's it. He's leading the conversation.
September 7th against Western Michigan. That's a primetime game, too, by the way. Don't forget that.
Night banger.
7:30 p.m. start. Alumni Band Day. So that's when you're going to get the quad Script Ohio, which is always one of my favorite things to see. September 21st against Marshall, the Scarlet and Gray game. October 5th is the Ohio State Hall of Fame induction against Iowa. Also, the gray alternate jersey game.
Boo.
Don't like those?
No.
I think they're fine.
Well, sometimes they're better than others. Just not the land of the wolves gray.
No, yeah, like the digital, those like digital camo, weird gray that I'm going to have to look at for forever. JT Barrett mounting that fourth quarter comeback against Penn State. It's whatever they are, they're better than like the cannonball outfits that I got to look at for the rest of my life with Curtis Samuel barreling into the end zone, double overtime against Michigan. Yeah. So you don't have to look at those. But I do like the grays this last year. Again, I don't like any alternate jerseys. I don't think you should wear them, but I also am on the line of thinking, like, if you are going to wear them, those look pretty good.
Yeah, I think this is another sign that's pointing to the fact that I think Ohio State anticipates this being a night home game.
The gray?
Yeah.
Okay. Nebraska's homecoming and Scarlet out the shoe. That's October 26th. November 9th is Military Appreciation. November 23rd against Indiana, First Responders Appreciation. And then November 30th, that's your big day. That is Senior Day, of course, against the Wolverines.
Don't need anything. You don't have to schedule that at anything different. That's the last home game. Love every other year when it lines up that way, adding a little extra fuel for the fire. And then I think I don't want to fast forward to it right now. I wish I want to enjoy this year because it could be pretty special covering it and being around Ohio State. But considering how many seniors are on this team after those guys so many of those guys decided to come back for Ohio State for one more year, and what they've poured into trying to get gold pants for the first time, that could be a very emotional day in the horseshoe.
Well, especially if everything goes right prior to that in the season.
Well, it's going to be emotional no matter what.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, you're right.
It could be an all-time feel-good story, though, for a lot of those dudes.
Pays pretty damn well to be the best receiver in the NFL. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now out in Delaware County, we're still watching a road closure on State Route 229. Shut down in both directions near the village of Ashley to Peters Road. You can use County Road 21 to get around this. Also watch for crews clearing a crash on I-270 eastbound right near Sawmill Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
With Tim Hortons 2 hot breakfast sandwiches for $6 deal, you can mix and match your favorites. Mix and match between savory sausage or naturally hickory smoked bacon. Mix and match between an English muffin or flaky biscuit. Any two served with a freshly cracked egg and melted cheese. You can even mix and match how you share it. One for you, one for them, two for them, or two just for you. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. It's time for Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Single item at regular price. Modifications and tax extra. Additional terms apply.
Meet Cheryl.
Hey.
She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Rothman and Ice.
And at like 9 o'clock, well, they got that all figured out for you. Just open up the concession stand.
That was my question.
That's it. Funnel cakes for everybody.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey guys, let's talk game. We watch the games, we talk about the games, but how's your game? Testosterone therapy can help you get back to your best. And there's no better time to get started than this spring. I recommend Low T Center. It's where I get my levels checked. At Low T Center, they'll make it quick and easy. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and get your results in about 25 minutes. So if you often feel tired, noticing weight gain and loss of muscle mass, you may have low T levels. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Wasteful Washington spending is driving up the price of everything in Ohio. Groceries, gas, housing. Senator Sherrod Brown has backed President Biden's agenda 97% of the time, including voting to allow spending tax dollars on illegal immigrants. Senator Brown voted to allow $500 million in COVID checks for illegals. And Brown voted in favor of taxpayer-funded health care for illegals granted amnesty, while some American citizens can't afford to see a doctor. Brown even voted with Biden to give illegal immigrants Social Security benefits for work done illegally. Call Senator Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S3578, the Protect Medicaid Act, and vote against reckless, out-of-control Washington spending on illegal immigrants. Ohio families need cheaper gas, food, and housing, not handouts to illegal immigrants who haven't played by the rules. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Heading out the door today, things are quiet, but it is going to be warm and humid again today, going upper 80s with very humid conditions. The heat and humidity could trigger a pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon. Tonight we get down to 69. Wednesday, look for widespread showers and storms, highs around 83. That's your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Here's Long here, Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Austin Ward, Mark the Shark. Coming up here in our next segment, Bill Landis of the podcast and Dotting the I's. He's going to join the program. But before we do anything else, I know what that means. It means it's an Appetizer Tuesday over at Roosters. And today's appetizer, it's June 4th. It's the All-American. It's the classic. It's
Five-tool player.
It's the five-tool player. It's the mozzarella sticks. Crispy, breaded outside with a gooey, cheesy inside, served warm with homemade marinara sauce. Every Tuesday's appetizer at Tuesday at Roosters for only $3 all day long.
Appetizer Tuesday. I can't believe that you didn't just trust me to do the Roosters read. I was there with my team yesterday to sample the mozzarella sticks to make sure that they were on point.
Yeah.
Beamer. Like they
always are.
I'm not sure how that they ever disappointed. They came out, they were steaming, and if you get them in the first 75 seconds.
Oh, it's straight from the flyer right down the beak.
That is a life-changing experience.
There is no bigger mozzarella stick connoisseur than former Buckeye, now current lawyer Mike Bennett.
Before he made the insane decision to stop coming to Roosters and doing the podcast.
Yeah, what's up with that? He just stopped.
I'm out of here.
Why did he do that?
Watch this. I'm going to go be a lawyer instead. Okay. You don't like hanging out with us and talking ball, and you don't even want to live in Columbus anymore?
Yeah. Scared to be great is what I heard.
Get out of town.
Yeah, for sure.
And he did. He did get out of town.
He did for 3 years.
I shouldn't have said it.
Now he's back, though.
Oh, well, good. He needs to come have some mozzarella sticks.
We'll be giving away a $50.
He didn't actually text me to tell me that, though, so I guess he doesn't want to.
We'll be giving away a $50 gift card to Roosters coming up here at 8:20. So 1 hour away from now, I'll be giving away a $50 Roosters gift card, as we do every week when we play That's What He Said. The Minnesota Vikings and star wide receiver Justin Jefferson have agreed to a 4-year, $140 million contract extension that includes $110 million guaranteed. The deal, which was negotiated by WWE Football, it's actually WME Football, but whatever, includes $88.7 million due at signing. That's a lot of money for Justin Jefferson, and you know what I would say? Well earned, my friend. You definitely deserved that.
Well earned, and then possibly nonsensical for the Vikings in some ways. That is so much to invest in a wide receiver when, let's see, what they're paying in guaranteed money for 1 year is what Marvin Harrison Jr. will be getting for the next 4 years total.
Yeah, but he's going to make that plus some when he gets up for a contract renegotiation.
I get it. That's just, to me, I'm not even arguing your point that he didn't earn it. He has been the best wide receiver in the NFL for the last several years. So he should get paid, and Minnesota should pay him, and they are doing it. But when you wrap up that much money in your salary cap to a wide receiver, that's a risky proposition. Sometimes they reach a cliff and the production falls off in ways that you don't expect. That happened after Mike Thomas got paid, unfortunately, for New Orleans. There's a lot of examples of that happening. I'm not trying to ruin the day for any Minnesota fans or any Justin Jefferson fans, but I sometimes feel this way even when you're investing 35% of your salary cap at quarterback. I know you have to do it, but you can't build out the rest of your roster necessarily the same way that you could. You lose some of that flexibility. You're always an injury away no matter what you're paying someone, if it's the minimum or the maximum salary that you can afford them. But it's, as these keep escalating and the Stars command a larger percentage of the salary cap, it just, to me, it feels counterproductive towards building an overall roster.
Let me ask you this question then. As the voting delegation of the Bengals, delegation on this show. What would you do if you're the Bengals and Jamar Chase? Like, I think the T. Higgins that's already kind of sailed down the road. He will play this year under the tag, and then next year he will be gone. They're loading up. They decided we'll charge it to winning this year, and we're going to move forward. But Jamar Chase is going to get, if not close to Justin Jefferson money, he will get in the ball. For sure, he's going to get in the ballpark of this.
Yeah. The Bengals have no choice. They're going to have to do that.
Yeah. Especially, if they let Higgins walk.
The market has been set, and they've decided to cast their lot at this point that, T. Higgins is leaving. I kind of thought that they should have traded T. Higgins right before the draft and taken one of these, if not Marv, if you couldn't get up to that point, one of these other first-round wide receivers and reset and get back. Yeah,
one of those guys.
Get back on it, even if it's a first-round pick and it's $34 million. You're spreading that over 4 years as opposed to have to paying it at once, which is what's going to be the situation for Jamar Chase. That's the way of the world. I get it, but so much now is already tied up in Joe Burrow. That's not quite the exact same situation for Minnesota with Kirk Cousins now. No longer with the Vikings, and the cap hit being slightly different for them at quarterback. Mm-hmm. That's the way it goes. It's a tough balancing act. You have to pay your stars if you want to have stars. If you're going to make a Super Bowl run, I certainly get it. I'm not trying to.
I just don't know.
Break the wheel.
The Minnesota Vikings aren't in that category. I don't think. With a rookie quarterback.
Well, then what's the benefit of paying? Like, is Justin Jefferson going to elevate a middle of the road quarterback and make them a contender? Like, what's the point of spending all that money on?
I think it's for the fans. Like, I think that's a realistic look at your outcomes for this year and saying, guys, we realize that we may not be the best, but we're going to protect our investment with Justin Jefferson and give you a reason to come out to the field and watch. Like, I think that would be my understanding of it. Because if you look on FanDuel, you look at the NFC North, like, to win the division, the Detroit Lions did that last year. They're at plus 145. Like, they're just coming off an NFC Championship game. They're not going anywhere. They had the second half collapse against them. The Packers, on the other hand, beat Dallas. Were close to beating San Francisco to getting to an NFC Championship game. You then have the Green Bay, is plus 185. So, like, they're right behind Detroit. The Bears are at plus 320. They have loaded up on weapons. And we'll see what Caleb Williams can do. But again, rookie quarterback, don't expect them to do anything. And the Vikings are 9-1 to win the division.
Well, quarterback play probably not going to be enough to just be offset by Justin Jefferson being out there. But to your point, if you're doing it for the fans and if you want to keep selling, Jay Jetta's jerseys, well, maybe you can recoup some of that investment. I get it. I know that there's nothing else that Minnesota can do. They don't want to see him walking out the door. They want to have him under contract. And then they hope that they can put competent quarterback play around him at some point over the length of that deal. I understand it. It is far better for them to control Justin Jefferson's career trajectory than not. But when you get, it's just the escalating deals and how large a percentage of the cap that it continues to eat up that I think just, it doesn't sit right with me. But I'm not a Minnesota fan, so I don't care. Like, if this hurts them in the long run, good. But it also affects everyone else because now Cincinnati has to go to the table and Jamar's going to want to try and get more. And there's probably not a compelling case that he deserves to have a raise, but the way that these contract negotiations all play out, he'll probably wind up getting one anyway.
If I'm Jamar Chase's agent, I'm on the phone with the Bengals. As soon as this deal came out, saying, hey, that close to this is like our starting point.
Well, and the T. Higgins situation gives him even more leverage.
Of course it does. You're not going to have to pay that guy next year. You don't seem to be interested in paying that guy. You guys didn't have contract talks for the last months in advance.
But it's also why it circles back to me with the quarterback conversation. And I hate giving credit to Tom Brady for this, but he continually was taking less money. And you thought, well, New England's going to surround him with talent. You thought eventually it would be at wide receiver. It wasn't, but it was still good enough talent for him to go win a bunch of Super Bowls because he wasn't commanding and forcing New England to pay him a max deal. And I kind of thought that Joe Burrow would have that same mindset and that he would take a little bit less on that deal because you had T. Higgins coming, because you had Jamar Chase coming, and you wanted to make sure that you had those weapons so that you could keep producing when you were healthy. And it feels like fewer quarterbacks are taking that approach. And I like to compare the arc of Russell Wilson and Tom Brady and which one is able to be more sustainable over the lifetime of a career. And it's taking less money. How much do you need? How can you supplement that with outside income and endorsements so that you can have more talented people in your locker room? I don't fault people they make their own career decisions and they want to get the max amount of money, fine. But sometimes there's a trade-off to that.
Bill Landis of Dotting the I's in the podcast. He's going to join us. We'll talk all things Buckeyes as we enter the month of June with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now out in Delaware County, State Route 229 is shut down in both directions, stretching from Peters Road all the way to the village of Ashley near US 42. You can use County Road 21 to get around this. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and this is my favorite time of the year in Columbus, Ohio. It's summertime, so that means I can go out and lay by the pool, play in the pool with my kids, go play a little bit of golf, run on the track, hike, jog, do whatever I like. But that wasn't the case a couple of years ago. I had joint pain, I had knee problems, and that's from many years of playing professional football. So what did I do? I went to QC Kinetics, and you know what? I brought my dad there. We went there, we talked to him. We looked at their non-surgical procedures that required no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. And since then, my knee's been feeling good. My dad's received relief as well. Their advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and allow it to restore and repair the most damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, and do the things you love again, just like I can. They're under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. So go check them out. Don't wait any longer. Go to QCKinetics/Columbus or give them a call at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Schottenstein Roofing. Go to SchottensteinRoofing.com.
GLP-1, the term is everywhere because medications can now help to balance it by making you eat less. I suggest the opposite. Eating right to lose weight with GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180. Faster results, safer results. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
And right now, 80% lean ground beef in 3-pound rolls is on sale for just $3.49 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. It is almost that time for Columbus's biggest golf event of the year.
Yep, the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino is giving away all sorts of prizes for their Memorial Wager and Win drawings on Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
When?
Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
You can win fabulous prizes like Memorial Tournament tickets, golf clubs, and more now until June 6th.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. If you have open roles, chances are you're feeling this too. That's why you need Robert Half. Our specialized recruiting professionals engage with our proprietary AI to connect businesses of all sizes with highly skilled talent in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
I need directions for paying down debt.
Starting route. Apply for a SoFi personal loan and consolidate your debt into one fixed payment. Turn right into a positive outlook and get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign with no fees required.
Got it. You could get out of high-interest credit card debt with a SoFi personal loan. View your rate at SoFi.com/debt in 60 seconds with no impact to your credit score. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/debt. NMLS 696891.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Austin Ward, Mark the Shark. Right now we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, checking with our good friend of the podcast and dotting the I's. He is Bill Landis. Bill, thanks for the time, buddy. Always appreciate it. Austin has said you're a big golf guy. Are you getting out to the Memorial this week?
I'm a newly big golf guy, but no, I will not be getting out to the Memorial this week because we have to go over to the Woody and watch high schoolers run around and do a football camp. So I don't think I'll get there, unfortunately.
But you like that better than golf anyway.
You know, golf is making a serious push. I don't play it at all, but I very much enjoy watching it and wagering on it. So it's become a pretty big part of my life.
You play at least once a year. You just went to the range like 2 weeks ago.
I do try to get out at least once a year. I have plans. My buddies and I back in Philly started an outing last year. We're going to do it again this summer, so I have that coming up in August. But that will probably be my one time playing.
Is that going to be like Philly Cricket Club? Is that where we have that located at, Bill?
It's at the lovely Melrose Country Club, which is not actually a country club. It's just a dirty public course in North Philadelphia, but we have a good time.
You were between that and Marion, I think, were the two locations, and you decided on that one. What are you most looking forward to here, Bill, over the next couple of weeks? I mean, we know that Ohio State has kind of transitioned their recruiting strategy now with a ton of official visits happening here in this month of June.
Yeah, I'm just, like a lot of people, kind of curious to see what that yields, right? I think we saw like Rutgers over the weekend got like 9 commitments or something crazy like that. And Ohio State has had summers certainly where they've had probably 5 to 8 commitments coming off an official visit weekend, and they didn't have that off this weekend. And I think that's totally fine, right? Guys still want to take some visits, and there's no need to rush that. But I am curious to see just kind of how much of a dent they'll be able to put into finishing off this class by the end of the month. Just judging by what Berm has said, it seems like they did a really good job with their first weekend, and Ohio State typically does. So I'd imagine they will do a nice job of not filling up the class necessarily, but coming pretty close to it by the end of the month. And then within that, you sort of look at, what might they be able to do positionally. They have some pretty ambitious swings here, I think, with trying to get multiple running backs in the class, and from what Berm says, it sounds like they're trying to get maybe more offensive linemen in the class than they thought originally too. So they have a lot of work to do, but I think they're pretty well positioned to get done what they need to get done.
Does that mean when we get out at the Woody and individual one-on-one opportunities start, you're just going to be entrenched over by the offensive line and defensive line matchups? You won't even watch anything else?
I rarely do, Austin. I'm pretty much a fixture over by the O line and D line group. I get like pretty close to the action too. Like I probably shouldn't be as close to it as I am, to be honest, because there's been a couple of times where I was afraid of getting run over by somebody. But no, I'll be over there. I actually don't know what that group is going to look like. I know there's a local kid, Jake Cook from Westerville, who I'm pretty interested to see. He's camped a bunch and sounds like he's made some pretty solid improvements over the last year, and I think could be in position to get an offer from Ohio State. But no, I'll definitely be watching those two groups every time I'm over there.
I got concerned last year because I felt safe like next to you or behind you, but like because you could block for me. But you were like, I thought you might have been wearing the same shirt as Justin Fry. Like you were leading the drills. It felt like at times last year.
No, I try to check myself, but yeah, I get right on the edge of doing that. I think there's there's been a few times where Justin Fry has asked me if I want to actually jump into a drill. But no one wants to see that, I promise you.
He's Bill Landis of the podcast, dotting the I's with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I would just put you on back of a sled, Bill. He'll be all right. Get you on the other end of the chutes, holding pads. I think you'd be fine.
Yeah, I think I could maybe do some of that stuff. I don't have the bend in the knees anymore like I used to. I don't know if I can get quite low enough for all that.
All right, let's talk about the summer as well for the Buckeyes. We know on the recruiting trail it's going to be very busy for them. They got camp starting here this week, and they've got official visitors coming in kind of left and right. For the current batch of Buckeyes that are on this roster, Bill, what needs to be accomplished for them here in this month?
Yeah, I think it's an important time for probably the quarterbacks and the receivers to start building up some of that chemistry, right? Like, obviously, they had spring practice to do that, and they did. It seemed like that got better over the course of those 15 practices. But there's a pretty big window here now between when that ends and when camp begins for those guys to kind of take the initiative and get those throwing sessions kind of organized themselves. And I think with a guy like Emeka Ibuka around, where like you have a veteran receiver, I'd imagine that he's sort of the ringleader with all of that, but then you got to get on the same page with Will Howard. You probably got to get on the same page a little bit with Devin Brown too, just because he's been hurt. He's not always been in that number one spot. I'm sure he feels like he needs to continue to build that rapport with Ohio State's receivers, and then the young guys need it too. But I think it's more about Will Howard and Devin Brown as they continue this quarterback competition, working with Emeka, Jeremiah, Carnell, like all those guys. And making sure that once camp starts, they're not still trying to figure each other out. They have a pretty good idea of how to play with each other.
Bill, Ryan Day's been on 97.1 The Fan. He was in May. He came in and did the show with us at Roosters last week. And every time he's in public, he's going to be asked about the quarterbacks and having all five of them. What have you learned anything from the way he's talked about managing that situation going into camp? I know there's only so much of the plan he's going to reveal publicly, but have you gleaned anything from what he's said about it heading into June here?
I mean, it does sound like he wants it to still be rather wide open, at least at the start of camp. And I know when he talks about splitting up fields, it sounds like nails on the chalkboard to you, and I'm kind of with you there. But I do think he wants to maintain that air of competition for the first couple of weeks, and then probably narrow it down, I'd imagine, after that first scrimmage Saturday, whenever that is, about 2 or 3 weeks or so into camp. But it felt like throughout spring that there really wasn't a pecking order for the most part. I think probably by the end of spring it got whittled down a little bit. But, we would go out there at practice and you'd see any one of the five quarterbacks taking reps with the ones. And I do think it'll probably look that way for the first 2 weeks of camp before they start to really narrow it down.
Bill, we do this every year before we get you out of here. About freshman impact players. I mean, is it Jeremiah Smith and then the rest of the field for you this year?
Yeah, I just don't know who else it could be. I'm trying to think through. Like Jeremiah is the most obvious one. I mean, I guess like at the moment, right, one of those two freshman running backs would probably have to do something. If for any other reason, but to just like spare Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson some wear and tear. So I think you could see James Peoples and Sam Williams-Dixon play a fair amount as true freshmen, especially if games get out of hand early on in the season. So I don't know about on defense. Defense is probably a little more tricky. Maybe someone like Edric Houston on the defensive line if he really starts to make a push. But other than that, obviously they have so much back on defense. I think it's going to be pretty hard for any one of those young guys to break through. Are
you more looking forward of the road trip to Wrigley to watch the Buckeyes play or out to Autzen to watch them play the Ducks?
I feel like I'm in a minority. I think playing at Wrigley's cool.
I do too.
Come on.
Yeah, I've been there before, right? So it wouldn't be like a first-time experience for me, but I kind of like the novelty of it, and I think Wrigleyville is cool, and it's closer than flying all the way out to Oregon. So I think I'll take Wrigley.
Austin is going to combat that in our next segment. You know that for sure. Buddy,
I know.
Always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here. Have a great rest of the morning, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. See ya.
There he is, Bill Landis, dotting the I's, the podcast with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Also, very good offensive line coach, Bill Landis.
One of the best there is.
We'll get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we are watching a crash on I-70 eastbound. The right two lanes are blocked in those eastbound lanes just beyond James Road because of a crash. Also on Delaware County, State Route 229 is still shut down in both directions between Peters Road and US 42. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Hey there, friends. Beau Bishop here, and the playoff action is here, and there isn't a more rewarding sportsbook in the game than Tipico. Get ready to bet on the biggest games of the year, the playoff basketball, the hockey, the actions every night. You want to make the most of every game, you've got to bet with Tipico. You'll get up to 5% cash back on your bets. Claim your new sign-up bonus now and get $150 in protected bets when you deposit $100. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan150 to get your bonus. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. I stay up and fueled because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad? Come on!
Got 'em. Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
Common Man and T-Bone.
What was the thing that Anthony Gonzalez used to sleep in? Hyperbolic chamber?
Hyperbolic would be a chamber that's like,
way to sleep! Oh my God! Hyperbaric chamber.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
I'm Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. If you're a business owner, navigating through divorce presents unique challenges. You're thrust into a world where every penny you've earned is examined and your assets are on the line. These situations demand a tactical defense rooted in nuanced financial expertise. When your life's work is at stake, you need a partner who's as invested in your case as you are in your business.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Guys, let's talk game. Our team has some promising new recruits to watch this fall. But how's your game? Testosterone therapy can help you get back to your best. And there's no better time to start than the spring. I recommend Low T Center. It's where I get my levels checked. At Low T Center, they make it quick and easy. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and you get your results in about 25 minutes. If you often feel tired, notice weight gain and loss of muscle mass, you may have low T levels. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1225. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1225. That's 800-777-1225 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225.
Fan weather.
from the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Look for plenty of clouds out there today. We do have a 20 to 30% chance of a few pop-up storms once we get into the afternoon. 88 for the high today. Tomorrow, look for showers and storms, highs in the lower 80s. And then by Thursday and Friday, it'll be much cooler with a small chance of rain. That's a look at your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Oh, Sharky, it's a Tuesday. We're going to listen to this guy here in about 15 more minutes. What Schleg's got to say this morning?
I've been lifting heavy. I've been back to old school Schleg's, lifting heavy, feeding myself heavy doses of just pure, unadulterated, raw iron, which has been fantastic. I've been trying to do lunges every single day. That just sucks, period, dot.
This does. I agree with you there, Schlegs. I am so juiced today that Beamer doesn't have a hat on. We see that about once a year.
Yeah.
And you can go to our fan YouTube channel and see it for yourself. Ladies, he's taken. All right.
Does it have you rattled in there just to be looking in here?
A little bit. I have to wear sunglasses. It's so bright in there without him wearing a hat today.
Fish came in here, our boss, our program director, came in here and said, I'm going to go buy you a hat. I said, I have a hat at my desk. I wore it in this morning, but I don't want to have hat head when I go to the barber right after the show. I don't want to do that.
How many hats do you think I have at home?
You're not short on hats.
50 probably. Yeah, probably 50. And I wear the same 3 in here.
I'd like you to wear a Bears helmet in here someday.
A helmet?
A helmet, yeah. Do the show in
I've got
helmet.
I've got a mini. I'll have to go to my dad's and get like the Dick Buckus helmet. He's got the one with like the one face mask going across.
Yes, the one bar.
I could go over to his house and get it. All I have at my house is mini helmets.
Well, you should prop those up in the studio in there now that we're on TV.
No one wants to see that.
I want to see it.
All right.
Also, I want to say, if you missed it in the 6 o'clock hour, this date in history, our man Jim Lachey turning 61 today. You know, back in the day when Steve Snap was the SID at Ohio State, you had zero access to these players. So I would call Steve and say, can I get so-and-so on? No, but you can get a women's volleyball player on your show. I was doing a show at another station here in town, downtown, broadcast from the window right on Broad Street. And so as soon as Lachey was done playing, I got him to come in the studio with Mike Tomczak. They were best friends, still are best friends. And Jim was, 22 at the time, and I was 25. I mean, we're talking almost 40 years ago. They came in on the eve of the draft as well and stayed for the whole 2 hours. Times were good back then. Anyway, I played this in the 6 o'clock hour. I want to play it again. This is a great, great clip of Jim Lachey when he was playing for the Redskins against the then, well, I don't know if they were the Los Angeles Raiders or the Oakland Raiders, but it was the Raiders.
First down for the Redskins. Rip it. Intercepted. Jerry Robinson to the 30-yard line. And Lachey cold-cocked it. Robinson looks like he's out.
Looks like he got hit by Mike Tyson.
I believe it was Jim Lachey, but he just really crunched him. This is a 25-yard return by Robinson, but then Lachey causes a fumble and Washington recovers.
And looks like Lachey may have even recovered the ball.
Boy, you call that a slobber knocker. That's a hit.
Here it is again. Now watch, he gets set up there, I think, by Biner, and Lachey just knocks him out and takes the ball away.
They're still working on Robinson as you look at Jim Lachey.
Robinson was out.
Yeah, I mean, what do they call it? Is it fencing? Like that's the motion, like when your arms go like rigid. He was doing that, like he was for sure out.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Jim
Lachey,
happy birthday.
Random Jim Lachey cuts over here. I just typed in Lachey into the dad.
Yeah.
Let's listen. I have no clue what
this could be anything.
I have no clue what these are.
with this, I could say, win. Coach Tress was going to get his 81th win here at Ohio State. I believe that ties Earl Bruce.
Yeah, that's what you were saying at the beginning of the day. That's quite a climb there.
81st. 81.
Yeah.
I can't figure out these students, so half of them are half naked and the rest of them are half drunk. I don't know.
Which half and which half? So
I'm not telling.
I'm sure the half drunk are probably half naked, right?
That was Jimmy Carsados down in the field.
Eddie.
We've got a bunch of good stuff in here. Bunch of Lachey cuts.
I tell you what, these Big Ten officials are horrible.
Evergreen.
Nothing has changed.
Nope.
Nothing has changed.
All the same.
Happy birthday, Jimbo.
Yes. Austin, what has you juiced?
Yeah, I was just thinking about how lucky Ohio State fans are to have Paul and Jim. It's such a great combination. One thing I hate is when there's a drivable game for us to go cover, and we'll start listening on the radio to other games around the Big Ten, around the country, and it's just awful listening. So happy birthday to Jim. On Saturday, I was getting ready. So we knew that Liberty's golf camp at Raymond Memorial, June 3rd, starts, yesterday, Monday. And I had to email the pro out there, Kelly Trent. She does a great job with their camps. Liberty did them last year. She loved them. Couldn't wait for them this year. Got week-long camps, got some one-off camps, like a Barbie camp next week, just for girls. It's going to be great. And I called her, emailed her. I was like, I'm having trouble getting on. It says it's full for June. She said, yeah, it's been full since February. I said, really? That's not good. Because I'm on the mailing list. I usually stay right on top of that. I want to make sure that, Lib can get into golf so that not the rest of it is all dance recitals and gymnastics. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not personally what I like. And Lib did really take to golf last year. And she's like, okay, well, we want to make sure that girls are playing golf and, I think I can get her in. So email me back later today. This was like 6 or 7 weeks ago. Fill out the forms. I said, you got it. And I thought I did it correctly right away. And then I looked on Saturday. I was like, that's weird. I never heard back from her. And I looked in my sent folder, and it just said, it had everything. It had the forms. It was like sent, no address. I'm like, how's that even possible? I don't know what that means. And I looked at it and was like, everything's just in there, and it just didn't have, but it showed it as a sent email. Anyway, I don't know how that happened.
It went nowhere.
And I'm like, oh boy, it starts on Monday. I'm like, I'm sure I'm too late. I'm obviously an idiot. I don't know how this happened that it never got sent. And she called me back right away. She's like, we'll get her in, no problem. Thanks. I don't know how you did that either, but you're dumb. We'll figure out how to teach you how to do email. Anyway, so shout out to Kelly Trent and the team out there at Raymond. Lib is out. She's got, that starts in an hour. Shout out to her, my mother-in-law for picking her up this morning to take her to camp. Full week of it. I'm really excited for Lib to have golf camp again, year 2, and the people at Raymond.
Very good. Super pumped about that. What maybe got me juiced in a negative way, I think I can speak for all three of us. Our good friend, Jackets Insider, Jeff Sabota. Thinking about him today, Jeff released something on his Twitter account. I'll read it to you. We know this. We've been talking to Jeff since the inception of this show. Not only is he a great, journalist for the Blue Jackets, he is also a great friend of all three of ours and to many people around the city of Columbus and within the organization. He said, many Blue Jackets fans will remember when I was originally diagnosed with colon cancer back in 2020. Unfortunately, after a series of scans last fall, doctors discovered a new tumor. The good news is after doing chemotherapy for the last 6 months, doctors are happy enough with my progress that I'm undergoing surgery tomorrow to have a tumor removed. I'm not exactly sure how long the recovery will be, but I likely won't be posting as much the next couple of weeks as I work my way back. In the meantime, I want to thank the doctors and nurses over at Ohio Health who have helped me through this journey, as well as everybody with the Blue Jackets for their support the last couple of months. And of course, members of the Fifth Line who have been so gracious in their encouragement over the last few years. See everyone soon. I had no idea that Jeff was undergoing a second bout with his colon cancer and that he was going through chemo. So, best of luck to him. I know you played golf with him a few weeks ago. I've seen him very recently, so we're thinking about him as he undergoes his surgery tomorrow. So go get him, Jeff. Texted him yesterday, and he was all fired up about that. If you miss Schlegs in the 6 o'clock hour, fear not. He's going to reappear next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching a crash on I-70 eastbound. Right lane slightly blocked off in those eastbound lanes of I-70 just beyond James Road because of a crash. Also up in Delaware County, watch for State Route 229 being shut down in both directions. This stretches between Peters Road and US 42. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. columbusmensclinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. When it comes to your roof, there's only one team to call, and that's the team at Newman Roofing. They're professionals. They'll be with you to support you throughout the whole process from the first phone call to the end. You'll work with their great team, so go check them out. Newman Roofing, the company you can trust. 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today or go online to agproco.com for more information.
Picture this. You arrive at your hotel. You have an important online meeting lined up with clients from all across the country. You have your laptop open, ready to begin, and the Wi-Fi is so terrible, you can't even connect. These types of stressful situations happen all the time, but they don't have to. When you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you have access to their free high-speed Wi-Fi, so you can take care of those critical emails, join your meetings on time, and even unwind by streaming your favorite shows without having to worry. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. The 73-player field has been announced for this week's Memorial Tournament in Dublin. There are 6 past Memorial winners in the field, including defending champion Victor Hovland. All of the top 10 players in the FedEx Cup standings have committed as well, including Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, and Rory McIlroy. Taylor Battle played his college basketball at Penn State. He is the Nittany Lions' all-time leading scorer. As an assistant coach, he spent the past 3 seasons at Northwestern. Now, Battle is joining Jake Diebler's staff at Ohio State. In baseball, the Reds had their best offensive game of the season in Denver. Cincinnati clobbered Colorado 13-3 on the strength of 18 hits. Jamer Candelario and Tyler Stevenson both hit 2-run homers. This Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free.
Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Brandon Beam, Austin Ward, Mark the Shark. Bob will be back with us tomorrow. Coming up here momentarily, we'll be rejoined by Anthony Schlegel and his ever-ending hunt for groundhog and raccoons and all kinds of fun stuff, which you'll get to hear again momentarily. And then Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us at 8:35, as he always does.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
There's nothing going on. It's nothing. Nothing happening.
But there will be.
Thursday, Mavs at the Celtics, game number 1.
Thursday at Muirfield Village.
That's right. We're going to be live until 3 all day. If you're going to come by, we're going to be right like the opposite end of the driving range. Like where you walk in, the main gates. If you don't go in on the 6th hole, if you don't walk in there, we're going to be right at the end of the walkway when you're walking in at the main gates, right by the driving range, right there on Memorial Drive. I think that's what it's called. Muirfield Drive. I don't know. I just know how to get there.
You're just there.
I've just been there for a long time. I've gone in there many mornings without even knowing the roads, but I just know how to get there. So we're going to be out there, again, starting at 6 a.m. all the way until 3 p.m. on Thursday and Friday. And then the Stanley Cup Finals begin on Saturday, where you have the Oilers and the Panthers. 2,500 miles separate the two arenas, which is the longest distance between Stanley Cup Final venues in the history of the Cup. So
that'll be lovely.
Oh, yeah.
For everyone going back and forth.
Yeah.
Players, coaches, media. I'm sure super affordable too.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I think about things.
That jet fuel, real cost efficient.
Yeah. I'm already thinking about expenses for the college football playoff now that it's expanded. So I can't imagine. I don't know how those companies really do it, honestly, for especially a smaller market like Edmonton. It's gonna you have to blow out the coverage. It's the Stanley Cup Finals and it's hockey, and you're gonna go
Canada. They'll be just fine.
Yeah, I understand, but that also sounds really rough.
Hey, they're playing for a cup, first time since 2006. They'll be all right. Checked in with this guy a little bit earlier.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
Heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our good friend. He is Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Tuesday, buddy. What's happening?
Oh, what's crapping in Columbus, Ohio? Morning juice. Let me tell you something, guys. I had a very eventful weekend. Shout out to Durango Boots and Air DeLong for hooking me up with some sweet new farm boots, or there's some other terms that we could use for them, but they've been fantastic. And, the family, so what better way to welcome them to the farm than going to Vance's, and Will and the boys over there hooked me up with a new 22, just a little toy to go out there and absolutely destroy some things that burrow into my ground and eat all my protein. So it was fantastic. Armory on Monday with the kids, man. Went through all the vault stuff, got their DEXA scans. It's been great.
So I love it that you're like a real Carl Spackler out there, Schlegs. I mean, just hunting gophers, groundhogs, everything else.
Listen, you should see the size of this thing underneath my barn. I mean, I might be able to go. I know, Bob. I know that's I know that, Bob. I knew that was coming. I walked right into it, but this thing is like a tunnel rat. I mean, I think I could fit my body in there. So, I mean, facts. I mean, it's like Vietnam, bro. I mean, I think there's a person in there. Anyways, I don't even know. I might have to fill it with concrete. I mean, it's enormous, man. It's enormous. And side nugget, I've now trapped I have successfully trapped 2 groundhogs, not like in the last couple of days. One was small, but I mean, dude, they're all over this place. I can't stand them. I know they're cute, guys. I get it, right?
Oh, groundhogs are gross, bro. They're not cute. No one likes a groundhog.
They're all fuzzy. Listen, they just got to go. Honestly, I have no problem with you if you just don't burrow in my yard area or underneath my barn. If you were out there somewhere where I wasn't, burrow away, But when you're right around my vicinity, you got to go.
Listen, Joe Burrow away, Schlegs. I love it. I get it. I understand it. I want to give you a little, first of all, we got a lot of ground to cover. You're over there hunting animals. That's fantastic. The real question that inquiring minds want to know in Columbus is on Friday at about 10 a.m. on field 3, how did Bobby Carpenter look relative to the rest of the Ohio State players?
Guys, I'm going to tell you something. For Bobby, I've already said this about you. You're an anomaly. You're an anomaly when we played. I mean, people don't realize this, but Braves also was an anomaly. Braves would show up after an all-night bender and playing 36 holes of golf in Muirfield walk right in smoking a Marlboro Red and run 32 110s. And you just be right there, like this, like stride for stride. Needless to say, here I am, 250 pounds, like, what are we doing? And why are we doing this? Okay, I guess I'm going. Why? Because I knew that somewhere down the road, the problem was I had to mentally tough my way through 20 of them. You know, the first 12, no problem. The last 20, terrible. You know, and I even thought, like, you know what, they got to stop at 20. No, we're just going to do 12 more, you know. And I was like, and then as I was pushing myself, trying to finish, make sure I made them all in 18, you guys were running them at 15. I'm just like, you know what? I hope Braves likes me and just drops off another box of his Perconi shirts. Well, I don't even know. Remember that, Bob? You probably still have one. You're a hoarder. You probably still got some of those shirts that he used to give us that were super nice. Oh, the arms are way too long. The arms are way too long for me, of course. Yeah. But the body fit really good. But anyways, Braves was awesome. And okay, so back to you, Bob. Back to you. I thought you looked amazing. And this is from a dude on dude accountability guy and a straight up dude watcher. You looked really good running. And I know that I could probably get up that run, but I would look terrible. So you looked really good. Now I will say this. Time has changed a little bit because I still remember when I was coaching and you were still playing and you would come back and just absolutely obliterate Joshua Perry and those guys. Like, I mean, you were running with the skill group. This time, matter of fact, this is the first time I've actually ever seen you run with the appropriate group, a.k.a. the linebackers. Because back in the day, you ran with the skill simply just to spite them. Like, you guys are soft. I'm running these at 15 and I'm 250 pounds.
I'm getting older, Schlegs. It was the first time I've done a field run in a number of years. The first time I've done bags for sure in at least a decade. So I was just happy I didn't like trip and fall over and stumble around like a drunk.
I didn't even get to see that one because I was in there, you know, finishing dudes. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, I'm the best dude finisher in C-Bus, you know, but I didn't even get to see you go over the bags. I would have loved to have seen that. Did you? I mean, as long as you went +2, you're all good. Oh,
listen. So I'm going to be honest. I only went 1 foot in the first side shuffle bag on the final one, and Trey called me out. So I had to go back. Why didn't – they were saying that, and I haven't done bags in a decade, dude. So
I know, man. I know.
It was a lot. And so I went back. Trey called me out. I was in Trey's line, so I went back. I redid it. But he's like, finish. I'm like, I'll always finish, coach. You know, Schlegs. Even you're the best dude finisher, but I'll finish on anybody. Like, that's not a big deal for me at all.
You don't discriminate when you finish people. No doubt.
I'm +2, +3, +4. I mean, it is frothy, and I'm going to be making sure it was done. But we did some cool stuff. We did those angle runs back and forth, and like I enjoyed all that. I told Mick, I go, this is the like real football application. So it was great. So we had that, and then the next day, you had helped me get this hot tub out from behind my neighbor's house and got it onto a trailer in my
hillbilly style, baby. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, you know, just 5-6 dudes load it up, trailer, wheel it out, tip it over. Somehow no one died, which was borderline miracle.
We thought this out though. By the way, we talked through the process. We knew where the bad things could occur.
Yeah.
Right. And we set ourselves up for success. We erred on the side of caution, knowing that, I mean, again, we put you and I on the heaviest part, the most dangerous area, because we knew that we could handle it, you know? So, I mean, schematically, we were good.
Well, outside of Jay Hooten, who was in the middle, who may have gotten cut in half, like the one chariot rider in Gladiator, like that's what I was kind of worried about. But outside of that, it was all good. We were able to get it on there. So then I took it down Saturday morning, woke up at like about 7:15. I was battling a hangover. It was pretty tough. Drove it down to Portsmouth with my 2 boys. My father-in-law, Ralph, was there. We had a bunch of people. I was just hoping to get it off of the wagon, the trailer, but we actually got it up onto the deck, which is like a multi-tiered deck. They got a couple 2x4s. We slid it up over this place where a fountain used to be. It was a marvel of hillbilly engineering with the straps and everything that was going on. So I
liked the trees under it for the sliding power.
The bushes, you got bushes on the top.
Sam, outside, raccoon, dominate, go. Put your eyes and ears on. Go right now. I see him. Go get him. Right there. 22's ready to go. I'm watching right here. Wait, hey, you know the drill. Go around the bushes. Get on your stomach and crawl. All right, keep talking.
That's good. I like it, Schlegs. I mean,
talking. I'm inside. Keep talking.
Give me some narration on this, Schlegs. What's going on?
Yeah. Walk us.
No, I'm not there.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay,
listen,
so
I
there's
shoot
like a
rabbits.
fence.
I shoot rabbits
You
and
gotta-
squirrels with a pellet gun. I mean, I'm all good. I'm down.
You gotta
with
remember this. You gotta remember this thing. This house is like 1834, and there's some random fence out there. So I broke off one of the fences behind the grass so you could army crawl. I got the 22 Savage Winchester mag right there, so you can get on. So nope, he ran off. Dadgummit. He ran off. He heard him. I think. We just let him. You know what? Boys, we just let him sit out there, see how long he lasts. Sometimes that happens, guys. You just gotta sit out there, wait it out. Anyways, keep talking.
Well, that's tremendous. No, we slid it up. We had wrapped straps around it, so we had people pulling. We had some people pushing. We slid it up there. We're like making the comments. I mean, this is how the Egyptians built the pyramids. You know, I felt like we were pushing like some giant stone up there, but it's good. It's in place. It's going to be slid into its final resting spot. And I'll be honest, man, I feel really good about the whole process because I was dreading getting it out and dreading even more because I didn't have you or George, who are my two human gorillas that would be able to deadlift that thing for me.
God bless you. I saw the help that you had, and you had your boys over there doing it. Hey, you know the good thing? First off, view's amazing, Bob. So kudos to that. Second off, where is that hot tub going? Nowhere, because that's its final resting place down there on the river. Good for you guys. I hope you enjoy it.
Of course he's going to enjoy it. It took him 2 entire days to get it down there. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks for the play-by-play. Hopefully Sam doesn't wait out there too long, and we'll check in again next week, all right?
That's okay. Toughen them up. Go Bucks, beat cancer. See you, man.
There goes Anthony Schlegel earlier with us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Be shocked if this former Buckeye coach doesn't get into the Hall of Fame in this first ballot. That's next to Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are watching delays on I-70 eastbound. The right 2 lanes are blocked off just beyond James Road going eastbound due to a crash. Expect delays in that area. Also, still watching a road closure out in Delaware County. State Route 229 is shut down in both directions between Peters Road to just around US 42. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Diamonds Direct has done it again. This month only, get ready for an offer you can't resist. Buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right, a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet will not last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
So, you've noticed something wrong with your roof. You don't know where to begin, and the thought of finding the right company to handle this important piece of your home is a bit overwhelming. Let Newman Roofing make it easy for you. First, start with a company who has built a trustworthy reputation for the last 32 years. We've got you covered. Then, when you ask us what makes us different from other roofing companies, we can tell you 3 things: our policies, customer experience, and most importantly, our people. At Newman Roofing, we have a team of professionals that take pride in their work, focusing on making sure every single question you ask gets answered thoroughly and thoughtfully, every step of the way. After all, we're here to support you, so you understand what's going on with your roof and you can make the best decision to fit your needs. Let us be the difference for you. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Bishop and Friends.
It is a big deal that you have a home and away with 3 Big Ten teams, and 2 of the 3 are Maryland and Nebraska. Who is protecting Ohio State's house?
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
1877 cars for kids.
today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
With Tim Hortons 2 hot breakfast sandwiches for $6 deal, you can mix and match your favorites. Mix and match between savory sausage or naturally hickory smoked bacon. Mix and match between an English muffin or flaky biscuit. Any two served with a freshly cracked egg and melted cheese. You can even mix and match how you share it. One for you, one for them, two for them, or two just for you. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. It's time for Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Single item at regular price. Modifications and tax extra. Additional terms apply.
Low Fiber Business is now in Ohio, and your business is our priority. Low Fiber delivers reliably fast, custom, and prepackaged internet plans to meet the growing needs of your business. And our dependable 24/7 personal support means your business stays connected. Low Fiber is here, and we mean business. Find out more at 833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today. Glow Fiber Business is not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Heading out the door today, things are quiet, but it is going to be warm and humid again today. Going upper 80s with very humid conditions. The heat and humidity could trigger a pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon. Tonight we get down to 69. Wednesday, look for widespread showers and storms. Highs around 83. That's your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Could be both if you play your cards right. Brandon Beam, Austin Ward, Mark the Shark here. Tuesday edition of the program. And it is a Tuesday, which means it's time to do this. What is it today? You do the thing.
I do the thing?
Yeah, you do the thing. Come on.
No, I don't do the thing.
Yeah, you do the thing.
It's Appetizer Tuesday, which I like to call Appetizer Thursday.
That's right. And today's appetizer is
mozzarella sticks, the 5-tool player.
Oh, it's so good. I'm so bummed we didn't have many corn dogs because the way that Bob does
wood
that.
allergy?
Yeah. If you're allergic to wood, it's the best one.
This one is even easier because let me ask you this, Beam. Have you ever sat down with a group at a dinner? So, yeah, should we get an appetizer? And someone has said, yeah, let's get some mozz sticks. And anyone ever said no to that?
Nobody has in the history of humans.
You simply cannot beat it. Roosters, your local location, will have them today. A basket. I believe it comes 6 mozz sticks per basket.
Crispy breaded outside with a gooey, cheesy inside, served warm with homemade marinara.
That's 50 cents per stick.
Yeah. That's a good deal.
You cannot beat it.
614-821-9710. That's the phone number. Get the answer into That's What He Said, and you'll be walking away with a $50 gift card to our good friends over at Roosters. We had Bill Landis on of Dotting the I's in the podcast. Bill Landis is an aspiring what position coach? 614-821-9710. Get that into Shark. You'll be walking away with a $50 gift card over to Roosters. By the way, if you have any ideas for a fan poll, you can tweet us or just pop in the YouTube chat. Or if you're talking to Shark on the phone, you could also give him some ideas for that. So we replay Schlegs at 8:05 every week. And Shark wanders on in here. He saunters on in. He plops himself right down. He goes, I need 2 things from you. I'm like, I know what the 2 things are.
It was a serious situation. He called you Brandon.
He did. Yeah, he did. That's only when it gets serious. It's like my dad yelling at me.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable having to watch it. It was like, you got called into the principal's office.
But to be fair, this is a weekly, almost daily reoccurrence.
Yeah, but I've not had to experience it on a Tuesday where you're just getting, I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt
roasted.
like I felt like he was going to bring in a ruler.
Yeah.
If you didn't give him an answer immediately. There were two things because you had to accomplish multiple items.
Well, I had to accomplish the "that's what he said" question, which we'll get an answer to shortly. And it looks like we have a winner over there for the $50 Roosters gift card, which we always have to come up with an answer for that. And then I have to create that stupid fan poll every single day, and it drives me up a wall. I'm done with the content making. Let's give that to somebody else. I can't keep coming up with stupid questions. I told Shark I'm just going to rip off ESPN headlines from now on.
Which you did try to do.
I did try to do
And
that.
initially he thought you were serious. Like the principal couldn't see what was going on behind his head. He was
like right now, is paying a top tier wide receiver worth the investment? That is an ESPN headline that is on right now. They must have heard me in the first hour of the show. Just use that as a fan poll. Just do that. Since I got here, I've had to do that. It's followed me through my entire radio journey. I started producing for Tim and Beanie. They said, "Oh, you know what would be a good idea? A fan poll. Brandon, you're the producer of that show. Why don't you come up with it?" I said, "Okay, that's no big deal. That's fine." Then I had to keep it for a couple of years. Then when I went to the Buckeye show, I was doing some other things. They're like, "Brandon, why don't you just keep doing the fan poll?" I said, "All right, that's fine." And then I moved to the morning show, and they said, "Brandon, you're the first on the air in the morning. Why don't you keep doing that fan poll?" I hate that thing. I hate it. I hate having to come up with it every day. And Shark always pestered me, bothered me about it. "Hey, have you thought about a fan poll?" No, I haven't. I haven't thought about it. I haven't given it any
I don't
thought.
think you ever stopped thinking about it.
Gosh. It's nonstop. It's never ending.
I want to know how you really feel about it.
You're going to have to charge by the hour. I'm getting some psychological stuff out of me right now.
It's the thing that I look forward to the most. What's Beam going to come up with today? Mm-hmm. What's on his mind? What's he want to know about? What's he want me to answer? I like the way that you've tweaked it, though. So a few weeks ago, more peeling back the curtain on the radio and the fan poll was when we just randomly started talking about SpaghettiOs and spam.
Yeah.
And Shark was like, "Ooh, I'm hungry for some spam. I'm going to go home and cook some up. It's my favorite thing." And then, so everybody else throughout the rest of the day
had to answer that fan poll.
And why is this a fan poll? Yeah. Well, tune into the radio at 6 a.m. and find out, because that came out of this day in history, and it set the tone, and you just know that's today's fan poll.
Thank you, Israel in the chat. Fan poll, P-O-L-E. It's P-O-L-L. It's fine. What finals will go longer, NBA or NHL? Perfect. That's great. Put it on the poll. Thank you very much. We're gonna
tie.
We're gonna
third option.
7 game. Yeah, you're right. I guess they could. They could both go 4, 5, 6, or 7. That's a great fan poll. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Woofter.
He did it. All he had to do was listen to you rant about making the fan poll for 3 minutes, and he's like, "Hey, buddy. Hey, Beamsy. Brandon, I got you."
And Shark, the best part is too, I'm like, well, in my contract negotiations, I have simply put that there is a clause that I never have to do that ever again. And somehow I still have to keep coming up with him every day.
You need a better contract negotiator.
Can you come in for me?
No, I'm bad at it too.
Congratulations to Rusty from Sugar Grove, the winner of our $50 Roosters gift card. Bill Landis wants to be what position coach?
Offensive line coach. He loves it. In the trenches, blocking, and he will be out there. I was teasing him about it. If you missed that at 7:33 when Bill Landis was on,
you can listen to the podcast.
You can go, or you can rewatch it on the 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel, which is just popping off right now.
Mm-hmm.
Get on board, hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. That's what the influencers say.
Yep.
He loves it. He will go watch the one-on-ones. When we get that opportunity for Ohio State as well, spring ball, that's where you're going to find him. He's going to be watching one-on-ones. I am a simpleton. I will be watching the quarterbacks. That's where I will be Wednesday and Thursday. Even if there's no quarterbacks that Ohio State is seriously recruiting, that's the thing that I can wrap my mind around the best. But Bill is going to be over there. He's going to get as close as he can into Justin Fry's hip pocket so that he can hear what the instruction is like, so he can learn as well while he's evaluating for the future. The man just loves it, and it's great. I'm trying to be better at it. He's trying to teach me how to understand football in a way that I don't just follow the football like a dummy.
Oh, yeah, that's amateur level.
Yeah, well, I am an amateur. I like the personalities. You know, I've never been an X's and O's guy, but I'm.
It's all about you instead of the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmies and Joes.
I like telling their stories.
Yeah.
That's what I like the most.
Nick Saban and Urban Meyer up for election to the College Football Hall of Fame for the first time. Nick Saban, don't need to rattle off his accomplishments. We know that 297, 71, and 1. Urban Meyer, 187 and 32. Both very good, both up for election. If it's a situation where both of them can get in, obviously both those guys should be first ballots.
Yeah, and I'm just not convinced that that will absolutely, unequivocally be the case. Now, it could be a situation where, like, well, this would be awesome. These guys sort of, dominated the 2000s, the first 2 decades of here in college football, a new era of college football. They were at the peak of it. They had some great battles. Maybe they wouldn't mind, which, again, I'm assuming that they will look at this from a content perspective, a banquet perspective, rather than just putting in the first time that they're eligible, let guys in, go in immediately. Like, maybe they'll say, this would be really cool to have Nick Saban and Urban Meyer go in together, great rivals, and they each will get their shine, and they can talk about their battles together at those banquets. Again, that's what it really comes down to. This is not, it's ceremonial. It is not, purely about raw accomplishments all the time. So if they think about it, there is a possibility where Nick Saban his resume trumps Urban Meyer's in just about every way, where they'd be like, well, this is Nick Saban's year that he's going in. Sorry, Urban, you're going to be year 2. And I think Urban, Ohio State fans, Florida fans, they could be justifiably aggrieved by that. But I'm saying that it is an outcome that could happen.
Uncle Bo's boys aren't going to beat him in video games anytime soon. He's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A good Tuesday morning to you. Expect delays on I-70 eastbound. The right 2 lanes are blocked off just beyond James Road due to a crash that has those eastbound lanes slow moving this morning. Also watching a road closure out in Delaware County because of a crash. State Route 229 still closed in both directions, stretching between Peters Road to around US 42. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for Truehold. If you had a crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You would just ask these questions. Should I sell when my home's value is sky high? Or wait and hope that the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball with Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you'd like. When you sell your home to Truehold for its best current value, you can fully cash out on your home's equity, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and all the maintenance and upkeep, too. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. You can get an offer now while your home's value is sky high and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's best value without moving. Again, that's Truehold.com.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple of weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spending the money to replace our home's windows is rarely something we get excited about. We usually do it because our energy bills suck or our current windows, well, they're too messed up. But in working with the local Pella Columbus team, my eyes have been opened. New windows can legitimately change the entire look of your home. They've got windows and colors and styles like I've never seen, and they can change everything. So go see my friends at PellaColumbus.com or check them out at their brand new Polaris showroom.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube. Watch us live or on demand by searching 971 The Fan. Which fan host will awkwardly scratch their privates? Let's find out together. Find us on YouTube, The Fan.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save. With a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorrento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorrento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Are you tired of looking at your old, grimy, and mildewy bathtub? Looking to replace it with a beautiful walk-in shower, but cash is tight? For as little as $89 a month, no payments for 12 months for consumers who qualify, Remodeling Loans can put you into a beautiful new walk-in shower in as little as 1 day. You can rest easy knowing that Remodeling Loans, a network of certified contractors screened and handpicked by us, offers premier products, top-rated service, and value, increasing the beauty, safety, and value of your home. A new walk-in shower will also provide you with a germ-free, slip-resistant, safe, and beautiful new bathroom. Call 800-921-1403 and take advantage of our holiday special of free installation. Our agents are standing by, ready to schedule your appointment with our design team at no cost and no obligation to you. All callers will receive a free upgrade of premium colors just for calling today. A beautiful new walk-in shower is now within reach. Call 800-921-1403. That's 800-921-1403.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Austin Ward, Mark the Shark. And at this time, every Tuesday, we get to check in with our favorite uncle.
Beau knows bourbon. Beau knows fashion. Beau knows horseback riding. But most importantly, Beau knows Browns.
Sponsored by Whiskey War, by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
Happy Tuesday, Unc. What's going on?
Hey, I was thinking, nephew, it would now be a good time for me to put in my my order for Thursday morning out at Muirfield for the breakfast sandwich.
Sure, you want
with your
one?
people.
Yeah.
You know, normally I roll up in there on a Thursday morning, and then you got the spread, and it just is ridiculous. And I just think, like, God, I got to get in on that. And I want to give you 48 hours to let everybody know. I'd love one of those breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah, Chef Steven takes care of us. I mean, if you play your cards right, I mean, what he does for us every year too, before you guys get there, I mean, cooks us a breakfast. It's like a little petite filet. A couple of over easy eggs, some of their like unbelievable like pepper bacon. I mean, it's truly world class. It's crazy.
I just need a breakfast sandwich. I don't need the
something simple.
Yeah, I mean, just give me some sort of a little bit of cheese and an egg on some sort of a pastry with a little bit of breakfast meat. That's all I'm asking for, B. But that sounds fantastic.
He tells me about that every year, Beau, and I'm like, well, thanks for the invite, bud. Like I can't even get onto the grounds with you, let alone get a meal.
When you think, I mean, Austin, when you think about, I mean, this is a man that you're hosting the show with today who I first met even before here. He was working the grounds, or not grounds. Were you a caddy?
He was a caddy.
Yeah, a caddy outdoors, working in the range hut.
That's what I remember was Dami and I doing live shots for Channel 10, and then we would have like this game of like we would try to see how close we could get it to the pin, throwing it on the practice range, and you would supply balls.
Yeah,
that was the first time I remember Beam was. So that's got to be what, like 09, somewhere in there.
No, I wasn't there in 09 yet.
When were you there?
My first year there was my first year in Columbus. That would have been 12.
Oh God, 12.
Yeah, that would have been 12. So that would have been 12 years ago.
That's Tiger.
Yeah,
that's Tiger. That popped up on my social. That's his chip on 16. And that popped up on one of Mark Zuckerberg's things the other day. As a 12-year anniversary.
The best part about that flop shot on 16 is because Jack is in the booth.
That's right.
Talking about it. And they're like, guys, he's going to have a really hard time here getting it close. And he flops that sucker about, 18 feet into the air, lands it softly, and it rolls out 25 feet, hits the pin, and drops.
That's right. That's how that went. Yeah. No, that was – I said this yesterday on the show. Like, that is – for me, being able to cover it, and we always had it with Channel 10, so we were there for the week, and we were there nonstop. But the 2 times seeing him win it, it's just different. Yeah. I mean, there was 1.5 million. This isn't an official number, but to me, I'm going to go with 1.5 million people on 18 and 12. That's what it felt like. The whole metro was there. So yeah, it's a different world when he was in the mix for sure. We were blessed to be able to see it for as long as we did.
Well, of course. I mean, and then before, I guess that would have been after I met you at the range hut, was supplying you guys with balls. I think the first time I ever met you here, because I was interning at the radio station and I was wearing a 3 Lions shirt. And
that's right.
Yeah, and he pulled me aside. You're like, that's pretty good. I think we'll get along just fine.
Well, I was one of the few who would be able to pick up on the kit and would know what a 3 Lions was. Yeah, so that was at that time, and that was coming fresh off of hosting Crew Extra. So that was we were doing weekly soccer show year round at the Ohio News Network, my friend.
But when you think about all your time out there at the Village, what do you think is the best part of covering it in your career?
Tiger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tiger. Because it's, Austin, you and I talk so much about greatness on a Monday when you join us on the program. We talk about the pursuit of that.
Mm-hmm.
But to see him up close, there was a line in Game of Thrones when Daenerys Targaryen says, I don't want to be a spoke on a wheel. I want to break the wheel. He broke the wheel. Like, it was always so naive to me that people would say, like, well, who's the next Tiger? There is no next Tiger. It's one. Yeah. That's it. Mm-hmm. The combination of everything that made him what he is and who he is, you're never going to see it again. And so to be able to see it at it probably wasn't his zenith. I mean, that probably would have been when he won 3 in a row. What is it, 99, 2000, 2001? I missed that. Mm-hmm. But to see him win it twice and to see, just to be in the presence of greatness like that was just humbling. And then, there's that famous picture. I can't remember. One of the Dispatch photographers took it of him walking solo down the first tee when he had to play by himself when he was dead last.
Yeah.
And so
they shot at 85, I think.
Yeah, right. That's right. And he just walked. That was it. So that was nuts.
But that was he was the first person off on Saturday. It was either Saturday or Sunday morning.
It was Sunday morning.
It was Sunday morning because he shot the 85 on Saturday. Because I think that I went out there for that, and it was still packed. Like, it's a guy who was dead last in a golf tournament, no at all chance of even competing for this, and it was still a gallery that is larger than 95% on tour.
That's it, exactly. That's it. So just to be around greatness like that. I mean, you think about all of the great things that we're seeing in our lifetimes, whether it's Jordan to LeBron to Usain Bolt to there's all this stuff that we're seeing the greatest of all of these things are manifesting. This is a guy who was on Mike Douglas when he was 4, and then he became everything. I mean, like, just what are the odds of that happening? And then so to be able to witness it in our town, that's it. That's the peak for me. You're never going to see anything like that again.
No, absolutely you won't. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year. I'll even boil it down to, like, when I get off of the show and then go pick up Meredith, because we go on Friday and we get to walk around. I'm like, that is my favorite 4 hours, I think, of the sports calendar of what we have to offer here in Central Ohio. Friday afternoon at the Village is terrific.
It's because you're so well fueled from that breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of fueling. There's no question.
A couple of transfusions in there, too. I mean,
you work those babies in.
Get the day started right.
I always think it's funny for the people who go out there for the first time, and then they see it, they've seen it on TV a bunch, and then they see it for the first time, and they realize how hilly it is. Because you think it doesn't look that way on television, but then if you start walking, like when you make the commitment to walk down 10 and down that hill, and then you got to go back up, that's when you start to realize what the place is all about. I always coined it like the official start of summer in Ohio, in Central Ohio, is what I've kind of always coined it as. I do think it's I'm not liking this. It should have been last week.
It's weird.
Yeah, right? I mean, it should have been last week. It's a little weird that we're doing it this week as opposed to last. It'll still be great, but it feels like last week is the sweet spot.
Hey, your Galacticos got better. I don't think the boys are going to beat you anymore at FIFA. I mean, how about that?
Did you see their... That's for those who don't know, Real Madrid. So obviously this is as big a front runner thing as you could ever pick, like picking Real Madrid. But I like their song that they sing, the Ala Madrid, and I like taunting the boys with it. So they have to earn the right to play, Austin. They have to earn the boys have to earn the right to play at the Bernabeu. So they got to beat me with like lesser teams somewhere else. Like they'll say, "Do you want to play FIFA, Dad?" I'm like, "Fine." I'm like, "Who you being?" They're like, Beams, he'll be like Bayern. I'm like, all right, I'll be Dortmund. He's like, no, be Madrid. I'm like, no, you can beat Dortmund first. You're not going to walk right into the Bernabeu. And even if they do that, I'm like, fine, you got to beat Madrid in in Deutschland. You got to beat him in Germany, and then you get a chance to beat him in Madrid. So did you see the flex today?
Yeah, I saw Fiorentino Perez walking up with a 15th trophy, placing it right there in the middle.
All it is a 15-second video of him with the trophy, putting it among the other 14.
Yeah.
And then they signed Mbappe yesterday. I was trying to think, like, did you see the message on how they signed Mbappe?
Yeah.
We've signed Kylian Mbappe.
That's it. It's just a press release.
Okay. That's all you need. What do you need?
I'm back.
Yeah, that's right. It's like that. What is Real Madrid for us? The best I could come up with was like a combination of the Yankees and the Lakers and the Cowboys.
It's the best of all three of those.
But they never lose.
They haven't had a downtime.
Ever
had a downtime. Yeah.
Merely never had a downtime. That's it. I mean, they've won six of the last 11.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it? So it's 15 overall. Milan is second with 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember this. I know we're up against it. I'll just tell this quick Robert Vardzija story, former crew manager, former crew great, the Polish Rifle. And I was talking to him once, and I'm like, we used to do this thing on Crew Extra. I'm like, 5 questions. So I was talking about European clubs, and I wasn't that dialed into it at that time. And I remember asking him, like, if you could play for any club, what would it be? And at that time, Messi was at Barcelona, and Man United was rolling, and all of these things. And he answered Real Madrid without even missing a beat. Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And I said, really, Real Madrid? And he goes, the Kings Club.
Yeah.
And I went, well, that's it. How you beat that? You're not beating the Kings Club.
You don't. Yeah, you don't.
No.
You just there's no beating it. And then Barcelona went from having like Messi and Ronaldinho, and then Cristiano joined them, and then they're just since they've blasted off again. So like there's no downtime. So, yeah.
No.
It's pretty.
And here's the thing: this was a rebuilding year.
Yeah.
Because all their guys are like 22.
Yeah, Jude Bellingham.
Well, they were waiting for Mbappe. Like they had to stare down there with PSG. It's like, all right, fine. Well, we'll wait 1 year and then we'll take your best player.
Yeah, they
or
did.
The best player.
It's crazy. And then like Vinny's 22.
Yep.
And Bellingham's 23-ish.
He's
they're
19,
all kids.
Coach. I think he's
Bellingham's 19.
Yeah, like 19 or 20.
Oh, for God's sakes!
Yeah,
so the best players are all between 19 and 23.
Yeah.
And then they added him.
And they just signed this kid Endrick, who's 15 from Brazil, who's apparently like the next coming of.
Dude, I started to get messages from people telling me they got the Turkish Messi.
Yeah, Güler. Yeah.
Güler. Yeah. I'm going, geez.
Yeah, he's 22.
That was a year ago. Then he got hurt for a year, and it's like, oh, well, that's okay.
It's fine.
Next year.
Maybe he'll get in the second team. Who knows?
And to offload Odegaard, and he's like the best player for Arsenal by a mile.
That's right.
It's like, he can't play here.
And by the way, they find a way to make money, and Barcelona went in the tank.
Solvent.
Can't make any money.
Yeah, crazy.
It's crazy. All right, boys.
Uncle, always appreciate the time. See you out on Muirfield on Thursday, all right?
I look forward to it. See you guys.
There you go. It's Uncle Beau with us every single Tuesday at this time. We're going to reveal our much-hated fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Expect delays on I-71 northbound in 2 separate spots. The first near Greenlawn Avenue. The 2 left lanes are blocked going into downtown. The second also going northbound right near Morse Road. We're also tracking a crash on I-270 southbound on the west side. The left shoulder slightly blocked off going southbound just beyond Roberts Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
Low testosterone causes many issues, including low sex drive, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. But many men just attribute these symptoms to aging and don't consider that there are medical treatments that can give them back their vigor and vibrancy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating low T. And if you're feeling like I just described, it's time for you to treat that low T. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low testosterone. We've successfully treated many men for the condition and seen the amazing difference that those treatments can make in a man's life. If you're like most men with low T, within just a few weeks, your energy will return, that brain fog will disappear, your sleep will improve, as will your workouts, and your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. So call us and make a true life change. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
When it comes to your roof, there's really one team to call, Newman Roofing. From the first call to the final nail, our team of professionals will be there every step of the way, answering any questions you have throughout the entire process. So give Newman Roofing a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
With spring ball behind us, we're officially gearing up for the most anticipated football season ever. Excited? Nervous? Terrified to your very core? Think of us as your emotional safe space. Always your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
I have done in my career literally thousands of joint replacements.
Meet Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, National Medical Director at QC Kinetics, an acclaimed orthopedic surgeon who now advises patients try all they can do to avoid the knife and consider regenerative medicine.
I myself was able to continue skiing for 10 years after my knees started to be a problem because I accessed regenerative medicine.
Now, after 20 years of study, research, teaching, publications, and clinical experience, Dr. Scheinkup is regarded as one of America's true pioneers.
This is the future of medicine.
Dr. Scheinkup came to QC Kinetics after seeing what they were doing around the country, helping tens of thousands of patients get lasting relief from joint pain with no surgery and no drugs.
QC is so far ahead of the game in its science, its protocols, its people, its facilities.
Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Free is key during Craftsman Days at Lowe's. Right now, get one free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, get your choice of a V20 drill or impact driver kit for $69. Don't miss your chance to save on the high-quality, high-performance tools you need during Craftsman Days. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/19. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Madame Giselle senses something big coming. Is it a career change? Everything looks red. I'm going to be a swim teacher. There's a roof. A swim teacher who also does roofing. No. The roof of your RV has a leak and it's ruining the furniture. Oh, that's okay. I'm covered by Progressive. But maybe I'm a swim teaching roofer who makes furniture.
Customize your coverage with Progressive's Roof Protection Plus and be prepared for the unexpected. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roof Protection Plus available for RVs less than 6 years old. $250 deductible applies to any claim.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Look for plenty of clouds out there today. We do have a 20 to 30% chance of a few pop-up storms once we get into the afternoon. 88 for the high today. Tomorrow, look for showers and storms, highs in the lower 80s. And then by Thursday and Friday, it'll be much cooler with a small chance of rain. That's a look at your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here in the Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Bo and the boys about to be up after we're done. All kinds of good stuff coming up for them today. Tuesdays with Taberi. Dom Taberi going to join the program coming up here at 10:33, as he does on every single Tuesday. It's weird not wearing a hat today, too. I keep going to go grab the brim, and it's just not there. It's just disappeared.
This might be the last time ever for you.
As soon as I get my haircut later on today after the show, I'm for sure wearing a hat tomorrow and the rest of the week.
What do you ever need to get your haircut for if you got to have that hat? Just let it fly. We're going to grow that mustache and the beard out, and we're not going to get a haircut.
All right, so you heard Shark yell at me earlier on when he said, Brandon, I'm going to need you to create, that's what he said, and a fan poll, which then came from our YouTube chat. So thanks very much for the great ideas on that front. But he's also yelled at me about my hair. He's like, Shark, there's been a few times where I've come in here, my hair's gotten really long, usually in the wintertime. I'll grow it out and it'll get pretty gnarly. I'll get the hockey flaps kind of rolling.
Well, you got to keep the neck warm.
Yeah, of course. I'll have the lettuce back there, and Shark will just yell at me. He's like, you need to get a haircut, you hippie.
You can't win either way.
Why are you always yelling at me?
Because I like you so much, Beam, and I respect you, and I want the listeners to respect you, and you're not respectable when you have long hair.
He's not mad. He's just disappointed.
But I do think we've turned over a new leaf today.
Yeah.
Letting the listener come up with the daily fan poll.
Outsourcing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see you reach into your pocket and maybe give a Benjamin to everybody who submits a fan poll.
All right. I'll do that on the behalf of Bob Carpenter. That'll be
There you go.
He's not here today, so I'll speak for him
See
as
if
the
check bounces.
voting delegation. Peyton said on Twitter, you're live on the air. Just open up the comments for fan polls ideas. Then all you have to do is filter instead of come up with an actual poll. Same amount of work, more entertaining, and fan interaction. That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
Mission accomplished.
That's what we're doing moving forward.
The future is now.
That's right.
Might be the best day of Beam's life.
I'm telling you, man, that thing has followed me around for like 8 years. I've hated it every step of the way.
Wedding, childbirth, step aside. Beam has solved his fan poll question issues.
There are some days where I take PTO just to avoid having to come up with a fan poll. Just as I don't want to have to do it. And then when Bodie fills in for Shark, Bodie does the fan poll, and it's like a week of vacation for me.
When Tito fills in for you, the fan poll is on there on the prep sheet at 5:45.
That's Tito. They're probably not very good questions.
He spends 15 minutes thinking of it.
He's committed to the craft.
Cut from a different cloth, Beam.
Yeah, I guess he's a harder worker than me. That's for sure.
Well, he hasn't had to do it for 8 years.
Well, right.
It's still new and exciting for him.
I'm a grizzled vet.
He would do it twice in one day if he could.
Well, that's why when we had... we should have a morning fan poll and an afternoon fan poll. That way we give... You know what? Each show should be responsible for its own poll question. How about that? And then everybody else can create their own ideas.
I think they'd all be excited for the opportunity. They're jealous that you get to do it.
Is that why? Are we being real? Being serious?
Well, it's because every other show rips the person who puts the fan poll on there. Like, who asked this stupid question?
Yeah,
Why
me.
don't you do it yourself?
I heard there were other contract negotiations going on, and this is helpful because I get to bounce around and work with a bunch of different co-hosts. Obviously, Beam is my favorite in the morning juice, I just go in and in between. Man, I'm really jealous. You get to work with Brandon Beam. He gets to make the fan poll. I asked, like, can I do that someday? And it was part of my contract negotiations. And they're like, no, that is locked up. Beam has got a 50-year deal to make. Even if he leaves the station, he still has to provide the fan poll for the rest of his life.
That contract will
have a great life.
That contract will outlive me. That's a lifetime plus. It's like getting a life sentence plus like 20 years. That's what it's going to be for me.
Yeah, they just talk behind your back. That's the guy who
Got
gets
some
to do
emails
it.
coming in. Kevin said, how about starting about asking which AFC or NFC division will be the toughest top to bottoms this upcoming season? Or if the Big Ten is going to add more teams, which teams would you be most intrigued about? For instance, Notre Dame, UNC, Clemson, Florida State, or other. Not sure if these have already been asked or not. See, the problem is you come up with one good question, you got to repeat it in the next day, and the next day, and the next. It never stops.
But you just got you got the rest of the week taken care of already. You've actually got probably all of your vacation set. You just opened up the inbox, you opened up the YouTube comments, and now you're golden. I'm kind of disappointed in you that you didn't think to outsource this a long time ago. Today's fan poll question is, what should the fan poll be?
I've asked Shark to do that 100 times, and he won't. He won't do it. Today's fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. Which finals will last longer? Thanks to Israel in the comment section. He came up with this one. NBA, NHL, or same number of games. I don't know, but it's a good question because it didn't come from me.
Going to answer.
No,
he's so agitated. I love it.
Not going to answer it. Austin, I had so much fun. What do you say we do this again soon, and we will talk to you Friday morning, all right?
I accept your terms.
And you agreed to the fan poll. Everybody have a fantastic day. Uncle Bo and the boys are up next. We're back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are tracking big delays on I-71 this morning because of two separate crashes. The first one is right near Greenlawn Avenue. Coming into downtown, expect to be going slow as the left two lanes are blocked right near Greenlawn Avenue. Also on I-71 northbound, but near Morse Road. Expect delays as the left shoulder is blocked off right near Morse Road. We're also watching crews clear up a crash on I-270 southbound. The left shoulder slightly blocked off in those southbound lanes just beyond Roberts Road on the west side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
This This is a Fan Action Update.
This Action Update is brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Game 1 of the NBA Finals starts Thursday. This is the first time the Boston Celtics have been a series favorite in the NBA Finals since 1986. They were underdogs before the Finals began in 1987, 2008, 2010, and 2022. Boston is minus 220 to win the series. Dallas is plus 175. For your Tipico Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
This is Paige, owner of Awaken 180, with a buzz term for you, GLP-1. The buzz part doesn't mean GLP-1 isn't important. Quite the opposite. GLP-1 is a crucial hormone produced in our gut that regulates blood sugar and appetite. Basically, it helps control our weight. The buzz is because pharmaceutical companies are positioning medications as your only treatment option. But that's not true. Losing weight with Awaken 180 already supports GLP-1 function, and we're now introducing GLP-1 Balance. GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180 addresses the root causes of weight issues by focusing on nutrition, gut health, and sleep. By addressing these areas, your body naturally balances GLP-1 levels, making weight loss easier and more sustainable without lifelong medications or side effects. If you're curious about GLP-1 Balance and how it can work for you, talk with us. Find us online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180, your long-term solution for weight loss.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like to